Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabbz can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Back his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit, and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, or give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabbz?
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
But we got fucking Cabbz here tonight, baby. Don't fuck around, motherfuckers. Y'all thought it was a game. Y'all thought it was a fucking game. What's going on, Cabbz? What up, player?
Please stop doing that. Nah, yo, big. It's good. It's good to be back. Big apologies, man, to everybody. Work just got a little out of hand, but I'm back now. I'm trying to figure out ways to not let that shit bother me or get in the way. I missed the podcast. I was really upset because So hit me up like, yo, I rewatched the Batman. That shit is trash. I want to talk about it. And I'm like, oh, I want to talk about it too. Fuck. That shit got me tight that I missed that one, but we'll get into it.
Oh no, we'll definitely get into that shit.
There is a Tuesday coming up that I will miss. Let me get the right date for that because let's see, June 7th, Tuesday. I will be in New York at the time. So I'm gonna go out there, check everybody out. We might do me and Toe gonna start talking, see if we do some goofy shit out there, something. But I'll be there June 3rd to June 8th. So if I'm not on that podcast, I apologize, but I will be on. I've been working, but Sundays, y'all know me. Sundays, I'm gone. I'm ghost. I disappear. So I've been watching some stuff on Sunday. Obviously, Moon Knight, of course. We'll get into that. I've actually been watching a lot of Demon Slayer too. This isn't an anime podcast, I know that, but I've been watching some Demon Slayer. I've been playing some games. But yeah, I'm back. It feels good to be back. What have I missed? What have you guys been talking about? I've been watching here and there, of course. I know we had some guests last week.
Yeah, we had Chris and Dream Match Wrestling on last week. Last week we was talking about what makes a good comic book character.
Yeah.
Either it be the comics or from the movies or the cartoons or some shit like that, or how we connect with them. It was a good. That was a good topic. You know, that was a good topic. Lay came up with that one. Credit to Lay right there. You know.
You know what makes a good comic book character? Just let Kevin Feige handle it.
It's turning out to be that way.
That's it. Just let Kevin Feige do it. No, it's funny. One of the guys was telling me, sent me a post that Oscar Isaac wishes that X-Men Apocalypse could have been better. And it's like, yo, you want to know how you make those movies better? Just take all Marvel properties away from Sony. That's how you do that.
Facts.
That's how you do that.
Fucking facts.
Yeah.
Sony, I've given you enough chances. It's nothing. It's not personal at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen. Between X-Men and Fantastic Four, they've had to run.
It's not. And even the movies that I do like from Sony got their problems. We've spoken about it many times. Days of Future Past. We've spoken about it here. I still think that's a great film with the hugest plot hole of all time.
Word. They didn't know how time travel worked.
But yeah, I did watch a little bit about that. It was fun to see Crazy Chris. Crazy Chris is crazy. I love that guy. That guy's he's fucking cool as hell. I did so I saw like a bit of the Batman stuff. So, you know, tell me how you want to do this show, Toe. And I'm sorry, everybody. Thanks everybody for coming on, obviously, but I'm sorry I don't want to try and have repeat topics, but I need to hear I need to be here for the Toe because I rewatched Batman on HBO Max too. I've watched it like 2 times already. And the first 15 minutes of that movie is fucking poetry. It's poetry, and I'm here to talk about it. But Toe, you gotta let me know what happened because you liked it in the movie theaters, and then you saw it on HBO. You're like, eh.
All right. So here's the thing, though. In the movie theaters, I'm watching it, and I'm like, all right, here goes Batman, and I'm like, the Batman character himself, I loved. But when I'm watching it again under a critical eye, I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, this shit is dragging like a motherfucker. The second time around, the rewatch value on this shit is very bad. It's dragging.
I hear you on that.
You know,
I hear you.
and then you're sitting there like, yo, a lot of the shit that this fucking guy solved were on some Adam West level type shit. You know what I'm saying? He cut off his thumb.
The thumb drive.
They're in the car. Thumb drive.
The URL.
You know?
The URL thing. I know.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I know,
You know,
what you're saying, man.
Yeah, like I get this. Like that one was like, oh, how did you get that out your ass? Well, what we did was for this 2 specific scenes, we hired the motherfucker from Die Hard 3 with a vengeance. You just cut it, boom, we got 4 gallons out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? If you got 3 gallons in this one and 1 gallon in that one, you pour the 3 gallons into this one, you got 4 gallons. You literally see the harsh cut into how they got to that fucking 4 gallons. It was like, all right, the Riddler shit I liked. I hate the way he looked. I hated the way he acted the second time around.
That was one of my main things when we got back from the theater, the screaming and stuff.
Yeah. Gordon and Penguin were no. Gordon and Penguin were legit.
Okay.
Catwoman,
It's Jeffrey Wright.
yeah,
That's what he does.
There's peoples.
Exactly right.
Yeah, there's peoples. Catwoman, it felt like she didn't need to be there. Because, yo, I don't know about you, Cabbz, but if you live with Lay and you was like, Lay's into some shit and Lay gets kidnapped, are you going in your refrigerator and getting the fucking thing of milk?
The milk was weird. The milk was a stupid joke. Yeah. I said that too. The milk was weird. But I mean, you know, maybe she doesn't drink alcohol and needed a refreshing beverage, and she chose milk. Some people put ice in milk and just drink it like that. Psychos.
I get it.
I do that too. I ain't gonna lie.
But here's my idiotic thinking, right? Catwoman, who's a cat burglar who could get anywhere, who knows her friend has been kidnapped, knows who kidnapped her, is with the baddest motherfucker in Gotham, who legit snuck up on you twice already. and y'all motherfuckers is just gonna sit there on your phones watching the news. Talk about, I know him. He gets his dick sucked on the regular in my club. What? This club? No, the club underneath the club. Like, so fuck your friend. Your motivation was to find your friend, but when you had the opportunity to go after the motherfuckers who just took her, fuck her. That don't make no sense to me. I don't think Twilight added anything to Batman.
I disagree on that one. That one
No.
I disagree on.
So here's my thing. You know how Eddie Murphy made fun of Elvis, and he's like, "Well, this guy can't act for shit. Fuck it, let him sing his lines. We gotta win this race." They were like, "Fuck it, don't give him any lines.
Yeah,
Just let
don't
him
talk.
sparkle.
Yeah,
Let him
don't
sparkle."
talk. Don't talk. But I think he nails the like silent Batman acting.
Yeah.
And I like the way he. Remember, I said he walks really robotic. He's like super
I-
heavy. I like
get
that.
it.
I like
But
that.
anybody could have did that. I seen Show do that shit yesterday when he walked in my fucking office because he didn't want me seeing him because he knew I was gonna give him shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, if we were really like, if this was a movie about a son
what- so
trying
what
to
you're
get
saying-
his father's
So hold on,
approval,
so
this
hold
would have
on.
been the perfect movie for him.
So what you're saying is no one could have done what Christian Bale did?
Yes, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not saying that. But the movie itself had something of substance. You know what I'm saying? Like Christian Bale added to the movies. Even though Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, it was mostly the bad guys, the Joker and Bane. But this guy is just like, if anyone else played his part, you can see it being the same. Whereas the dude who plays Superman in the new Superman movies, you can't really see someone else acting like him in the Superman movies.
Definitely like it's not like a Captain America Iron Man thing where
Yeah,
like you can't see anyone else doing that, and whoever does it's just gonna suck.
yeah.
And then I guess it's unfair for Patterson for him to come after so many Batman. I think we've gotten to a
Well-
point in Batman where it's gonna be kind of difficult to give us something we haven't seen there.
Yeah.
So-
Well, you know what it is? It's
Go
like
ahead.
I'm not comparing him to the other Batman. But when we finished watching Batman vs Superman or Justice League and we saw Ben Affleck, we was like,
Fucking love
"That's
Ben Affleck.
yo, this Batman was dope." You know what I'm saying? Like we're in this movie, I think we're more towards this is actually how Batman was.
But that's what
As to this
Patterson
Batman's dope.
Patterson brought the crazy to Batman. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his
bitch to Bruce Wayne though.
I mean, he wasn't Bruce Wayne. Like he didn't. I mean, you know, he was just not Bruce Wayne. Like he was over all of that Bruce Wayne shit. That's what I'm saying. Like it's funny because we have that in. I was thinking about that. We have that in Batman Begins, where you know Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne. He was ready to. He's like, fuck Bruce Wayne, man. Fuck all of this. I'm leaving, man. Fuck all of this shit. So I think we were seeing Patterson just on that, but just still being Batman. And I think he brought a little bit more psychological damage to Batman. And I do like how he was just not into being Bruce Wayne at all. And I think we all kind of wanted that, right? We wanted to see more Bat.
No, yeah, but the thing is, he was treating Alfred like if he just lost his parents. Like he's lashing out. Like the movie would have had more substance if Alfred was like, you do know that you can do more for this town as Bruce Wayne than as Batman.
Well, I mean, I know that his parents been passed, but this is year 2 as Batman. So the more Alfred is like, yo, you gotta be careful. You gotta start doing this. You gotta start doing that. It's like, yo, chill, my dude. You're not my dad. Chill. I didn't like the way he spoke to Alfred.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. And then Alfred, the lovable chap that he is, he's just like, I'm gonna let that slide. Yo, look at what I found over here, though. So this is you know, just understanding that this Batman, that Bruce is a little jacked up after the shit that he's seen that one year as Batman. So I don't like how he spoke to him, and I mentioned that the first time. You don't talk to Alfred like that.
Where it's
you
like,
talk to Alfred like that.
It's like, I'm vengeance. You're not my dad. It's like that happened in the same movie.
I think you're seeing the glitter. I think you're seeing the sparkles now.
But the Batman
sparkles
character
went through the black suit for you. I actually think Patterson did great. I like the whole kind of fucked up. He's just like, I love how he's just so messed up. Like that's because you want to know why I like it so much, because and I'm gonna tie this into some Moon Knight shit later, and I'm gonna talk about like hype and shit, and like how you perceive the hype and shit. I think one of the main reasons I like this Pattinson so much is because we've been saying this kind of shit about Batman this whole podcast, about how he's fucked up in the head, about he has issues, how he doesn't deal with them, how he's still stuck in that. Like, we didn't see the origin, but the origin was all around him that entire movie. You know what I'm saying? The baggage of all that crazy shit that happened with his parents, and then seeing the little kid. The way he looks at that kid, I've never forgotten that. That shit has stayed in my mind like the whole time. But I will tell you this. After watching it a second time, when after Riddler realizes that he like won or whatever, and then all the bombs start blowing up, we could have just left it there.
Yeah.
The stadium, the 500 Riddler shooting at people. Although I love that I love the shot with Batman where it's like he's leading the way, you know, like with
holding the
flare.
kid.
I think and then holding the kid, where it's like the people are realizing, this guy's kind of weird, but he's trying to do something. I thought that part was important, but that whole third act is the biggest issue with this movie. 1,000,000%. And it's
I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I paused a little bit just because I had like other stuff to do, and the movie is kind of lengthy. But I was like, okay, maybe after Riddler blows everything up, maybe we could just leave it blown up. And then the next movie we started with the flood. And it's like, you know, after that day, what the Riddler did, this is what happened. And bam, bam, bam. Then we get, maybe that could have been a thing. Definitely you could have cut 30 minutes out of this movie.
Yeah.
But rewatching it, so this is what happened to me, okay? Which is the same thing that happened to me my first go around watching it, which is why I fucking love this movie, because I think the first 15 minutes of this movie is the most Batman we've ever seen Batman before. So it just starts, right? The movie just starts. The weird breathing, I get it, but we get to the crime scene. The first 5 minutes of the movie, we're in there, and you see Commissioner Gordon walking, but the camera's looking behind him. Again, shout out to the cinematography of this movie. Like, goddamn, that you know who's back there. You know who's walking back there. You don't need to see him. You know who's walking back there. And then it solidifies who's walking behind him with all of the cops looking. And then we finally see the bat when he pulls up to Martinez. Martinez's like, yeah, what are you doing? Get out of here. And Gordon, which I feel like we've heard Gordon say this plenty of times, that he's with me.
Yeah.
He's with me.
That's his line. He's with me.
Walks right into the crime scene. Everyone's freaking out. What the fuck is this guy doing here? And it's like, he needs to be here. This is all for him. And the way he's studying shit, the way he's moving shit, he can't move his neck. When Batman looks left, he needs to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it felt heavy. There was so much weight. He didn't say but like 3 words the whole time. But the investigation, Commissioner Gordon, the way the cops were so tense, you know, when the other dude comes in, Gordon's old partner, he's like, get this fucking crazy guy out of here. All of that felt so Batman to me, bro, that I was like, wow. But I will say I didn't get that initial 15. It does start weighing down. And by the end of the movie, you're not even getting that no more. It's like, all right, guys, let's wrap it up. And yeah, on a second and even third watch, I give it a third watch. I think that's the biggest issue for me as well. The last act was just the you know, being at the event, all of the Riddlers coming out, trying to make it, oh, my lovely followers coming. Yeah, no. Them bombs blow up, movie's over. Patch up in the next movie.
Word.
But I still love the Batman. I still love him.
Or ending with him screaming fucking Bruce Wayne.
Yes. Some real, like, you know, Hugo Strange shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know who you are. And man, and then that's fantastic, so because then we have a whole nother year and a half theorizing, like, yo, does Riddler know who he really is? Yo, what is the Riddler gonna do? Is he gonna bring in other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's perfect. I'm telling you, after those bombs blow up, we can cut the rest of that freaking movie. Obviously, wrap it up nice in a little bow, but we can move on after those bombs blow up. Now, another good scene though, and again, this just shows how strong the first and the second act were, at least for me. When he goes into the iceberg lounge as Batman, and he's fucking people up, and then you just have Penguin, hey, sweetheart, what's going on? And like, bro, Penguin is dealing drugs in front of him. Drops. That's like the number one thing destroying Gotham right now.
Yeah.
But Batman is so into getting Riddler that he's not even looking at that. That's so Batman. Him going to these villains like, yo, I'm not worried about you right now. I need help getting this guy. And the Joker in the comics, he was into that kind of funny shit. I'm not talking about the Joker now. He did it with the Penguin. But I love that Batman where he's just, I'm not worried about anything. I'm just worried about getting this Riddler. What do you know? And they have that exchange. Selena Kyle walks in. He sees the drugs. Now, that kind of speaks to one of your stupid little detective things because he sees her boots.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, those are the boots from the picture. They must
only
be
sold
friends.
them. Yeah, they only sold the one pair.
But obviously, I'm being stupid. Obviously, the way she was so interested in the conversation kind of gave it away. But those real intimate scenes where it's just, you know, Batman just being Batman, I think he does a good job at it. But yeah, there's some quirky shit. I hear you. The URL, even El Rata, Alada, it's kind of like, man, y'all really reaching for some of these puzzles and riddles, you know? And the URL thing, the thumb drive. I like how they acknowledge the thumb drive thing.
Yeah.
Gordon is like, oh, this guy's real fucking funny. But it's like, yeah, some of it was kind of campy and weird. But I mean, it's Batman. You got to throw some camp in there, right?
Yeah. I didn't understand. It's like, why would you think the DA is the rat? Like, the DA, his job is to prosecute, you know, the villains. He needs rats. He would know who the rat is, but he isn't the fucking rat. You know, because that was the whole theory. They thought the DA was the rat and he was protecting someone. It's like, no, that's not.
It was, and it's funny because Riddler tells him like, "Yo, man, I thought you were a lot smarter than this." And again, this is year 2 Batman working out the kinks, you know, but still, because it is super weird when you're like, a lot of it felt like forced, like, yo, you're reaching on these, you're reaching. But again, the reason I was so hyped at this movie is because, you know, we've been calling this shit about Batman this whole time, and it was fun to see a more damaged Batman. It was fun to see because Batman is always damaged, but he keeps it cool. He is going through some stuff in this movie. You know what I'm saying? What he's seen, what he's done, and it's cool. But, you know, did Cap and Led, did you guys like the movie a little less after rewatching?
Let Cap go first.
I have not rewatched it.
Oh, you don't plan to?
No, because this is a movie that in my opinion, only requires one viewing. It told the story. It happened in 3 hours. We know what happened. We move on to the next thing.
It happened in 3 hours. That's so funny.
Like, I don't need this. There's nothing in here. I mean, there's little things like the Riddler was in the window in the apartment building across the street the whole time.
Yeah.
But they outside of the iceberg lounge. Like, little shit like that is cool, but ultimately meaningless for the plot.
And that flashed by so fast you can't even notice it.
I actually like unlike you guys, I like the fact that we got to see Bruce Wayne, or we got to see Batman the entire time.
I like that. I like that. I was if that point didn't come across with what I just said, like I was completely fine with the lack of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I've said it before. When it comes to Dark Knight Rises and Iron Man 3, I don't give a fuck about Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne. I want Batman and Iron Man. That's all I want. But that was my big problem with those movies, and they solved it with this one for me, at least. More Batman.
Yeah.
I'm not watching Bruce Wayne. I'm watching the Batman.
Yeah.
The thing that I actually liked was I liked the fact that now that I've stepped back and had some time to digest and hear Toe's second viewing of it. Now I realized that even more so, this movie was, how did Bruce deal with the trauma?
Yeah.
Well, he created Batman. But in doing so, he forgot the second part. He forgot all about Bruce.
Yeah.
So now we get to see for the first time, as far as I'm aware, in any medium, if they take this route, we get to see him build Bruce Wayne, which is a very interesting thing because what do you call it? Michael Keaton was already
Batman,
Wayne.
kind of.
Yeah, he was already a little bit of a recluse. Clooney and Val Kilmer were already the suave.
They were already like,
Wayne.
yeah, they were already the playboys.
Christian Bale, like you said, Christian Bale was like, fuck Bruce, and then
we saw it a little bit though, yeah, because we saw Alfred like, yo, you need to.
He went from that to, I bought the fucking hotel
correct.
so I can go swimming in the lobster.
Yes.
Like he just jumped straight to it. Ben Affleck was again already steeped into his shit. This is the first time we get to see somebody actually build a Bruce Wayne. How would he actually function with that mask on?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit intriguing going into the second one.
I'm sorry, I thought you were done. My bad.
No, the last thing I would say is the real reason I don't want to watch this movie again is because Paul Dano is amazing. He's like what I call 99% defense. You know when you play NBA 2K and you do everything defensively right, and the other team gets the rebound and scores anyway? Paul Dano played the Riddler 99% right and then screamed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to hear that shit.
And I know it sounds picky, but I just...
No, it was...
What do you think, Le?
Oh, I haven't seen it again either. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
And I was good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was in front of me, and then I went and watched the animated series instead.
Yo, I've been watching the animated series. I haven't watched it in a few weeks.
I was there like, the animated series is right there. But I kind of pretty much agree with Cap. You know what I'm saying? I saw it. I agree with you guys. And completely, the last half an hour needs to go completely. And we all started putting our stuff on, and then we realized the movie's still going.
Yeah,
we're getting up. We're like, oh, okay, it's more movie. Cool, no problem. I wasn't ready for that. I appreciated detecting. This is what I wanted from Batman forever. Detecting shit. I wanted Batman to do his thing, and I wanted to see mostly Batman. And I got to agree with everybody else is that this is the Bruce Wayne you're getting in year 1, year 2. He is we said it before. His head is fucked up. He needs a therapist like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And some strong meds. You know what I mean? But this is the way he deals with it. He does the Moon Knight shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the problem is you make a Mark Spector makes Stephen Grant, and he gets lost in Stephen Grant, and he gets lost in Batman. You know, which is once again, I just want to see Batman. You know what I mean? I appreciate Alfred. Once again, my MVPs were Gordon and the Penguin.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna agree with Toe. I don't see the reason for Selena Kyle. I didn't understand why she was in it. She honestly, if it wasn't for that child, they tied her up to Falcone, but Falcone could have just been Falcone, and I didn't need her in it. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they needed a female presence or something like that. Whatever. I would have went with the therapist that knows his family. Like, Bruce, you should come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Leah Thompson should come talk to me. You know, Leslie Thompson, you should come talk to me. I would have went that route, and him not even acknowledging that he could do it and denying that. Like, he has a way to fix it, but he's like, no, I don't want to deal with that like that way. I want to deal with it as Batman, as violently as possible. You know what I mean?
Like, he doesn't realize Batman's toxic for him.
No, what his thing is, he realizes it is, but he still wants to. He wants to deal with it this way. That's how fucked up he is. I wanted that option. Like, when I sat back and think about it, like, yo, if she would have been in it, it was like, yo, you can talk to me. I know it's done so much to you. He's like, no, I want to deal with it in the most violent, unnecessary way possible. Instead of just going to a family friend or somebody that knows you and could help you. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna lie to you. Besides half an hour with no scene in the cow, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the movie for what it was. I got the Batman that I wanted. I got mostly Batman. I don't care if Bruce Wayne was emo. That's cool. It doesn't bother me at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take it for what it is, and I can't wait for part 2.
Part 2, we're gonna see
Please,
some
a Court of
stuff.
Owls, please. One of those two.
I think it's gonna be both.
If it's both, that's crazy.
I think how Cabbz said that, you know, the main villain or villains would be the Court of Owls, but then they need the stooge. They need the guy to take the attention while they're doing all of their rumblings. I think that's exactly what we're gonna see. Maybe we'll see Scarecrow.
Oh yeah, I want to see ones that we haven't seen already.
The thing is though, like, I think because you can redo these characters however you want. There is more of a darker horror element to this Batman. So maybe we might see some really wild fucking Scarecrow that isn't just throwing bats at people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want to
which
get
I didn't have a
horrible.
problem. I didn't have a problem with him, but like, you could make it a lot more horror-esque. Like, you could do it's a darker flick, you know. So
you want to do horror, Clayface.
Or Clayface.
Absolutely.
You get body horror. You get the whole aging horror. You get a whole bunch of different genres with Clayface.
Like, I would love to see Professor Pig is the way they make their talents. Like he takes, he kills people and he wires the people so they can be the Court of Owls talents. Like every century, they find somebody that does it for them, and Professor Pig could be that for them in Gotham at that time. At the time of Batman, Professor Pig's a guy who rewires the people to be their talents.
And can you imagine a scene, Cap, like the way that Clayface kind of like dies, whatever, in the show, that he's just like melting and morphing into different people? Can you imagine seeing that shit on screen? That's the stuff of nightmare. That shit kind of bugged me out the first time I saw it, and then rewatching it like later on, that episode, the whole Clayface arc is sad as shit. It's crazy. Yeah. It's good stuff.
It's a great way to lend gravitas to a second villain.
Yeah.
Because the one thing we haven't had yet in a Batman piece is the sympathetic villain. The villain where we're like, we know Batman has to stop him.
Yeah.
But does he?
But damn, Bat.
Yo, plus, you can also do a thing like they did in The Fly. If anybody's ever seen The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, where he's literally his jaw's falling off.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it could be really fucking disturbing, and even just like a scene of him like applying shit to his face, and like you can see like the damage that is doing to him little by little, and he just keeps molding it. I'm telling you, man, that episode is so crazy. Oh my God, we were too young to get it. Watch it now. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. I'm doing some animated series here and there. I love how they introduce Selina Kyle in that shit. She just like buys a date with Bruce Wayne, and he's like, "Yo, I can help you with your little organization. What's up?" But like they're each chasing each other through Gotham in their different personas. Yo, that show is. And then they have the 4K remake or the HD remaster that did it to the whole thing. Oh, perfection. Perfection.
You know what else I'd like to see in a sequel? I would like to see an actual take on Robin.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking for that.
Like, don't give me a 32-year-old Chris O'Donnell and be like, oh, he's 18. Like, no. Like, let's get a little
15, 16-year-old kid who's like playing a 9, 10-year-old that Bruce, there's no way of not being weird saying this. I'm sorry, but like
I know I completely agree with you guys. Yeah,
but it doesn't have to be weird. It can literally be a part of that whole learning how to be Bruce. And one of the things he does, rebuild that orphanage.
Yeah,
see somebody who he's like, I think I can really help him, and in learning to be Bruce Wayne again, he brings along Dick Grayson.
Yeah, I meant there's no weird way to talk about it now without sounding weird, our audience, the kind of jokes we crack. But like in the movie, just like that, like, reopen the orphanage, boom, that's it.
They kind of set it up though with him looking at that kid, like you mentioned, Cabbz.
Yeah.
When he's looking at the kid, obviously he's like, all right, this is the senator's kid. He's gonna be all right. Like he's rich and all that other shit, but he could see Dick Grayson lose his family trying to investigate who killed Robin. Who killed Robin's family.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Grayson and shit like that. So he could have been on some, this kid got nowhere to go. The child services ain't gonna be here for a while. And like Bruce Wayne, like as a way of him trying to find Bruce Wayne again, he's there. And he's watching the shit and he sees it in his eyes and he's like, you know what? I'll take the kid for now. And, we'll hold him until, we'll see what the fuck is. We got his family, whatever the case may be. And then he grows that way with the kid.
I
Where
would
the
love
kid
to
would teach
see
him how to be Bruce Wayne.
I would love to see Robin like a troublemaker, like constantly getting into fights at the orphanage. And it's like,
Oh, you want to see Jason Todd?
I mean, not yet, but just getting into trouble. Like, yo, Bruce, we can't handle this kid. And then Bruce comes and talks to him, and like he sees a little in him, like, hey, so what's up? Like, fuck you, you rich guy, whatever. And then we could see that, and we could see Bruce's humanity come out through this, apprehensive young Robin.
And he
I got a cool thing.
Robin.
I got something that I think it'll be cool. You could put a massive twist in this. We can have it that Clayface, right, is the one who killed Robin's parents. Right?
Whoa.
That's what it looks like in the outset. But then we come to find out that Clayface only took that dude's appearance because at the time he was fucking melting.
Yeah.
And he just so happened to see him, and that's what he copied. Like, it's not, he didn't kill Robin's parents, but that's
wild.
just what he turned to try to hold himself together. And
That's
Batman's
pretty
been
sick.
chasing the wrong guy this whole time.
That'd be dope.
And it's
That's interesting.
You write it almost as Clayface is now, because Batman's chasing him, Clayface is now being forced. So when that twist comes in, when that reveal of, oh shit, it wasn't Clayface, it rewrites the whole movie as now Batman was forcing Clayface to do all the bad shit he did in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yo, Batman's chasing me. I need to do this. So he robs somebody, or I need to do that. And he does some other shit trying to keep himself alive because he doesn't know why Batman's chasing him. That'll flip this whole fucking thing.
It's like that old question, that old chase is like, why were you running? Well, why were you fucking chasing me? Well, why are you chasing me? Well, why are you running? And it's like, it just kind of, that's really interesting. I would love to see Clayface. It'd be cool to see someone that we haven't seen. But yeah, you could take it anywhere. I really feel like you could redo a lot of these characters anyways because of the tone of this movie. You could say the same thing for the Joker movie as well. Like, whatever they decide, like if they would have decided to add something there, it would have just been fun to see, their take. Batman, like with all the shit that people talk or whatever, like Batman has one of the best villain libraries of all fucking time. Like, there's good villains everywhere, but fuck, the Joker, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of good people.
I felt like they were made for him. Like where the Flash has the reverse Flash or the Mirror Man. It's like, how would you combat speed with the Flash? Those are his bad guys. And Superman is like, how would you combat somebody who has everything? Where Batman is like,
he got no powers. You can't combat nothing.
It's like they're basically either his equals or his opposites.
Yeah, or a lot of them are, or a lot of them like have that same fucked up trauma. There's always something going on with these villains. Most of these villains aren't just looking for power. Like some shit happened. Like the Penguin, obviously, he's out there doing his thing, and he has some shit happen with his mom. But some of them are more money hungry than others. Sure, the Falcones or Carmines. But like when we're talking about like some real villains, like man, their stories are just as sad.
Yo, I just know, Cabbz, you said something that triggered something in me. You know how we said that we had that question, like, did Batman make the villains or did the villains make Batman?
Yeah.
I think it's neither. I think it's just Gotham.
It's just Gotham. Yeah.
Gotham's such a cesspool, it fucked everybody up.
That's, bro, like, and shout out to the way this Gotham looked. I think that's the one thing everyone is agreeing on, that I have not seen anyone. Oh, you didn't like the way Gotham looked?
I didn't like Manhattan. No. It was literally, It was literally when you zoom out, like it could be Baltimore, Boston, Pennsylvania, Chicago. It could be anybody. Then when you got in there, there's
Times
Madison
Square.
Square Garden, Times Square. Like it's clearly New York.
That's what it's supposed to be, though.
Nah, Gotham is supposed to be an amalgamation of shit. It's not supposed to be that distinctly. That's fucking Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
We got to see Batman Square Martin.
Yeah,
We've been looking for that for a while.
but
Yeah.
like I thought
I
this.
expected to see a Statue of Liberty out in the fucking harbor.
I thought this Gotham was incredible. But yeah, this and we were saying it too back in that other episode that the real problem is the guards and the police in Gotham. Like everyone's corrupt. Like like this, you could just expect it out of anybody. You know, you never know who it is. Like if out of nowhere, like if Commissioner Gordon would have been, you know, fucked up in this movie, maybe I would have been upset because he's like the one person you can't touch. But everybody else got some weird past. We got Pro in the building. Gotham is not Chicago. Like that's a horrible rumor. But Chicago is very Gotham. Downtown Chicago has like stone buildings and statues everywhere. It looks a lot like Gotham. It's crazy.
If Batman was walking around with ketchup and mustard, he would be his equal to Condiment Man. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yo, that's one of the greatest fucking villains that nobody's ever talked about.
Somebody did, and then somebody said, "Shut up, you're an idiot."
Yeah, I believe it was Show.
Somebody said, "Yo, no, we shouldn't. Stop that. Stop."
You know, you can introduce him as a Halloween costume.
That's true.
No,
homage to him.
Don't they already have like the?
Well, I mean, this episode happened on Halloween.
You do know that, like, if you're making a sword or a knife or something, and you put mustard on the blade, you leave it for a little bit, then you wipe it off. The acid in the mustard corrodes the metal to leave a pattern. There is literally some shit you can do to where you can actually elevate him to be a fucking genius level chemist, and he just happens to use the chemistry within the shit to do real shit. But the media calls him Condiment Man or Batman. Like people don't take him seriously
to simplify it. Yeah, just
again.
What was the shit that you were telling us?
Tear gas out of the shit in MREs. So like, you could do some real shit with this.
I was literally just gonna ask you that. How you had said it that was way back that you said that shit. Yo, fucking tear gas out of MREs. Goddamn. But enough Batman. We'll move on from the Batman. So yes, I have been, you know, obviously I've been watching Moon Knight.
My God, that 5th episode.
Yeah.
That was heavy.
Yo, this show, if this show can stick the landing, this is probably going to be my favorite Disney Plus show.
So that's what a lot of people are nervous about, because people are thinking that, like, okay, well, in true formulaic Marvel fashion, we're going to have the big shootout. We're going to have the big explosions. We're going to have and everybody's like, Marvel, no, don't do that. Just give us more of this, like, you know, just exploring Mark, Steven, Jake. Just give us more of that. But I did want to say something about how hype works. So one of the main reasons why I enjoyed Batman so much is because we've been talking about wanting that Batman for so long. So this is a little bit of a long-winded story. Bear with me. So for episode 4, I'm in my job, right? And episode 4, yeah, I'm at the job, and my buddy shows me a tweet. He goes, "Yo, Marvel just pulled Moon Knight just pulled the biggest plot twist in Marvel since Infinity War." And I said, what does that even mean? I read some of the comments. They were spoiler free, thank God. And bruh, everyone's going nuts. I hit up my boy and I'm like, "Yo, look at this." He goes, "Yo, I'm watching it right now." I'm like, "Okay, bet." He goes when it finishes, he texts me. He goes, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." And I'm working until late. I'm like, fuck. So it's like, I get home, it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. did some extra work. I didn't get to watch the episode until like 12. I'm at a fever pitch. Everyone's losing their mind. Everyone's going crazy. I watched the episode and I'm like, okay. It's like, that was a good episode. Episode 4, not 5. It's like, okay, that was a good episode. Like, yeah, this all being in his head, I can see that happening. Or just Harrow putting in almost some crazy trance through the afterlife or whatever, just to try to gain control. I could see that. So I went back to the tweet that said this episode was gonna, like, the twist is the greatest in Marvel history, and since Infinity War. And I noticed that it was those new Rockstar guys that said it. Y'all know new Rockstars, right?
Yeah.
They do all the Marvel shit. And it was one of them said it. So then come to find out, the week before, they made a video speculating about this. So when it happened and they saw it, they're like, oh, we called that. They went crazy with the tweets. Mm-hmm. And even for someone like myself who, has been invested into the MCU for so long, I let the overhype get me. I let it get to me. And this is a problem that a lot of people have. You gotta keep your hype in check. Even someone like me, I tell myself all the time, keep the hype in check. I mean, it's difficult to keep the hype in check for Doctor Strange. It's very difficult. It's extremely difficult right now. But so I let the hype get to me, and I ended up watching the episode, and I thought it was okay. So check the hype, and don't listen to other people except us. Like, subscribe, and go fuck yourself.
We only deal with facts.
Yeah, but like, just be careful with that. Be careful with the hype, because I really let myself get over hype, and it was like, honestly, it was one of like the most meh episodes to me, because it's like, yeah, I could see that happening. Now we move on to episode freaking 5, and it's like, shit, just Oscar Isaac giving it his all. Yo, even the way he screams at these guys is different. Yeah. Like, I don't care if you're doing 2 different people, how you scream different. It's different facial expressions. Like, the whole time, they look like twins that are like acting different. It's nuts. And
yo,
then,
he's amazing in this fucking role.
Man. Yep. And we always point out here people that are like killing it acting wise, like Kate Bishop did great. Jeremy Renner, he did great. Vision is always, whoever writes for Vision is incredible. He's just always good. But like, man, a lot of people are feeling that Oscar Isaac is holding the show, like carrying it, but like beyond carrying it. Like, some people think that the show would be like, it's not all that great. It's just, what he's doing. But it's like, you can say that about a lot of stuff. I'm not going to get into that. I really like the show. I like all of the Egyptian shit going on. I like the respect that they give to the Egyptian culture and like these gods and all of that. I love the, Indiana Jones feel that we got going on here. We're chasing artifacts and shit. Like, I'm loving it. They snuck in Jake Lockley real quick, and you thought we wouldn't have noticed. I mean, I don't know. It's still in theories, but man, that voice changed. My man,
I was just gonna say that.
Mad Chicago Italian. Like, you just seen Rocky, right? Like, that's the vibe I got. When I heard him talking, I was like, you just seen Rocky. Like, I was like, whoa, he had the Band-Aid. Like, what is happening in the show? Cap, make sense of it. Make sense of it. Go.
First up, Toad, do you know what we're referring to?
When his father died? I mean, when his mother died in the street?
The third personality.
No, I know who Jake is, but I know there was one part where he went off and was like, hold on, wait, that don't sound like this dude. That don't sound like Steve or this guy.
When they both scream at the hippo and he wakes up in front of Harrow again, he's got the bandage over his nose, looked like he was in a fight. There's heavy speculation that was Jake.
Yeah.
Because that's where he sounded different. He moved different. He was questioning, like he acted subtle. It was subtle, which is why Oscar's fucking great.
Yo, my God.
Subtly, you could tell like that dude doesn't know why he's in this room.
Yeah. And I got some weird like Punisher vibes, not as like crazy, but just like Punisher just kind of like peeping the scene, like he's like, huh, something's going. It was crazy,
Yep.
like, and it was
Not to
quick.
mention,
It was a minute.
That's the only one. Two things happened for that one. That was the only time it happened. They drugged him. Well, you don't see them drug Mark. And then when he picked up the thing, he tried to go after Harold, but when he couldn't, he turned it on himself.
Yeah.
That's another thing that doesn't happen when Mark's around.
Wait, what thing?
He picked up the glass like prism thing.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
he was gonna try to smack Harold with. But when the guards took him, he turned it on himself and tried to hit himself. That's why they fucking put the trank in his neck.
Yeah, and also the acting for damn, what's this guy's name? The guy who's playing the doctor. He's the bad guy.
Harold, Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. The acting on him is also phenomenal.
Also killing it. I like the doctor more than the villain Harold.
I'm a huge fan of Ned Flanders. I love him. He's doing great.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And like, man, like I thought, like a lot of people were talking shit about Tara Wet, the big hippo lady, and like, you know, if you did the research, you know, obviously I looked into it immediately. Whatever, she's like the goddess of mother, like birth, and you know, and her job in this lore, all Egyptian gods and all of that stuff, like that's her job. Her job is to help you, guide you through the afterlife. She is a mom figure, which is crazy because we see how fucked up Mom Dukes was to young Mark, you know, and it's like, man, these boys need a mom right now, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like they need this mother to like help them out and get over all of that shit. But like, man, the moment where Steve tells Mark, like, yo, it wasn't your fault. Like, you were just a kid. Like, bro, I said, chill. This episode right now is out of control. Like, we have not seen that relief on Mark. Even when he's having a good time with Layla and we have not seen that. Like, Mark has been waiting the whole freaking show for that. And it's like, damn, kid, like, I can't, like, Marvel took it places. And I mean, you know, it's that horrible scene where you see, well, you don't see it, but you know, Mark is getting beaten by his mom. And it's like, we've all gotten beaten before. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm not speaking for you guys, but, you know, we Spanish, a lot of Spanish kids,
moms, right?
we get beatings, you know, it happens. But like, I don't think we've ever gotten a beating because of that. So it's because of something wrong that we did and something really wrong that we did, not like an accident. Like, although like one time I dropped the TV on my big brother and that was a full-on mistake and I got whooped for it. But it just felt more hateful in this shit, you know?
Let's put the disclaimer out there. We got disciplined.
Yeah.
He got abused.
That
was on a different level than what we got.
Yeah. So just to see that and to see the little kid like zoop, and just create Steve. Wow. Like,
You know what?
I think it was insane that when Steven figured out that he wasn't real.
Oh my
he
God.
wasn't the original. But then he still had the wherewithal and he was still a good enough person to go, yo, still, it's not on you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I may not be the original, but it's not on you, bro.
Yeah.
There's a great scene actually way before when he's in the office, when they're in the Times Square and he's talking to the girls like, hey, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. And yes, Chicago that's Jake talking to her like, what are you doing here? You don't need to be here. If you hear carefully, you hear that.
So Italian. And it makes sense for a cab driver from Chicago. It makes sense.
Because to her, Mark is never that aggressive to her, either Steve. But Jake is like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
You know, like it's really hard and questionable. Like, yo, you shouldn't be here. He's not even protective at that point. He's just like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Just go away. You know what I mean?
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, it's a little subtle one, and it's because between that and the Chicago Cubs hat that he has on, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much pushing forward the whole Chicago thing. You know what I mean? But no, yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that whole thing, I was like, I didn't know we were going there. I didn't know we were going there, folks.
You know what the crazy shit is like, not like I'm not endorsing this shit for the mom, but the fact that they took the fact that the younger brother died and the mom blamed Mark for it.
Mhm.
It's kind of like it sheds light on not everything is a fairy tale.
Well, for sure.
Because you
For
know how
sure.
in movies like this you'll see the parents be like super parents and it's like, oh, it wasn't your fault, and then they have to deal with the death of the child, and you know the other one. It's like this couldn't possibly happen 9 times out of 10.
Mhm.
The baby died, and I'm blaming you. It's your fucking fault,
Yeah.
and she'll never forgive you for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes the realness of it, you know,
Yeah.
even deeper. And when Steve found out he wasn't the real one and still comforted Mark, it was like, I know why I'm here.
Yep.
Because Mark was created to comfort. I mean, Steve was created to comfort Mark in those times.
Yeah.
And that's why he's chaos, because Steve didn't know, like, yo, there's something going on. Like, Steve didn't know his place. And once he found out his place, he's like, yo, dude, it's not your fucking fault. Like, I'm your common sense right now. Like, how the fuck, as a child, are you supposed to know that this shit was gonna flood and your brother was gonna die? As a child, you think nothing's gonna happen. You're just gonna
Yeah.
go there every day. It's just raining. You know?
And when the scene when the dad looks outside when Mark is, it's funny because you see fucking Marvel is so cheesy sometimes. They have the yellow cab in the back, and you just see Mark, or who's supposed to be Mark. Maybe it's Steve. Maybe it's a Jake.
Jake.
He's just drinking, and then the dad goes like, "Come inside," and he goes, "Nope." He's just fucking bawling, son. He's crying. It's just like, I'm not going in there. And just moves on. He's like, fuck, fucking blame me. What the fuck, mom? And I still came here. And they just, Steven. I was like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, mom, I'm lost now. I'm like, oh shit. And I have warmed up to Steve's goofiness. I do like how he treats Layla. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a goofy guy. I've warmed up to it. I knew I would, but he still do be a little goofy sometimes. He's a fucking goofy ass. But now that we have these different personas, it makes sense for him to be the goofy one. Go ahead, Cabbz.
No, I was gonna say, I'll tell you right now, the only problem I ever had with this show is Stephen Grant. I fucking hate him.
He's a little goofy, but I warmed up to him.
But when he was on the boat and said, yo, if you do it with the same person, I got this too. I was like, finally.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Finally.
And then we get, I didn't think I would be so upset seeing something happen to Steven.
You know what's funny? I wasn't upset.
I was a little bummed out. I was bummed out. I was like, shit.
I wasn't upset, not because I don't like that character. I wasn't upset because I, much like dealing with trauma, I read it as he doesn't need Steven anymore.
You gotta let go. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need that part. So I didn't see that as like a sad thing. I saw that as a progression thing.
And that's why it was okay. And I was gonna mention that, but that happening led to him having balance and ending up at that thing. And then, you know, I watch all these videos and stuff, so my critical mind is on all the time. And the song at the end, the Spanish song at the end, is the guy saying over and over in Spanish. And I picked this up immediately. Obviously, I speak Spanish, you know, so I picked it up immediately. He's basically saying, I have a nice home. I have a really nice home way past the sun, the moon. You know, like that's what tengo un hogar después del sol, something like that. He's basically, I have a nice crib, I have a nice house way past the sun, the moon. So I was like, oh, that's nice. And that's just podcast shit, you know, looking for Easter eggs and shit. These guys break down music all the damn time, but I caught that immediately, like, damn. So, like, how do we start next episode?
You know how we start next episode? We start with Layla trying to break out
Khonshu. I want more Layla. I like Layla a lot.
Yo, there's a rumor going around that this finale might be the longest finale out of all the shows.
Somebody said 3 hours. I said no. That's a lie.
What are they gonna show Batman?
Yeah. It's like, what are you gonna
Mark
make a
is
whole
now
fucking?
Batman.
They're just gonna stop Moon Knight and just stream Doctor Strange
Yo,
Multiverse of Madness
it-
after.
This is what you're gonna see. It's gonna start with Mark looking at Steve, and he's like, "No," and he's gonna turn into Bruce Wayne. And next thing you know, he's gonna walk down the stairs, and he's gonna beat up a bunch of clown fucking posse and shit.
But I did hear it's gonna be like an hour 15. Yeah, or like a minute. I mean, they're 49 minutes. I think it was Loki that did an hour the last episode.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, because
I'm hoping for like an hour 20.
I would love like just a little movie. Because okay, so I've been seeing a lot of people talk shit about the show, about how like, oh, with there's you can see the Marvel formula here, and it's true. You can, of course.
A fucking Marvel show, okay.
It's a Marvel show. It has a Marvel movies have a Marvel formula, okay. But some people are talking about how like, oh, we're spending too much time on this, and they started talking about like WandaVision and fucking Winter Soldier. I'm like, bro, we've known these characters for a decade. We just met Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think they're gonna do? They're just gonna blop? Like, nah. We need to learn about these characters. It's like, oh, I wish that we saw episode 5 where episode 4 was, so we could get more time of Moon Knight. And me and Lev was talking about it.
Yeah.
As cool as the suit is, as cool as the action is, I am okay with the lack of Moon Knight. I love Stephen, Mark, Layla. I love what's going on there. Like, bro, we have so much CG, which is the lack of Moon Knight is what scares me for the last episode, that they're just gonna do the WandaVision big fight scene, the Captain America Winter Soldier big fight scene, the Loki, I did like the big fight scene in Hawkeye though. That was cool.
Yeah.
Because nothing was exploding, just some cars. But that was like episode 4. The last episode was a lot more intimate. But so I'm seeing a lot of people say that, and I think it's great. But I would like to see a season 2 to this show. And apparently, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. There's some shit going on, but I really would like if I could pick 2 of the shows that I want a season 2. I mean, I guess Falcon Winter Soldier, I can't say that because eventually Falcon will get his own show. But I would love to see more Jeremy Renner and Kate Bishop. Haley, forget her last name. Steinfeld. Yeah. I would love to see more of that, but I would really like to see a Moon Knight 2, where we finally get to Bushman. They did mention Bushman. Fine, they did. The origin was actually pretty close to. It was great. I was like, okay, Marvel, let's go. So, like, I would love to see him just full on Moon Knight, like, just going through the streets of NY, just doing some wild shit.
It's funny. I what I want to see with Hawkeye is ultimately it leads to the Young Avengers with Hawkeye. Like, he winds up being the mentor to the Young Avengers. Somebody goes, oh, he doesn't have any powers. Then he takes out an arrow, ricochets it, hits him in the back of the head. He goes, what were you saying?
What?
The guy with all those powers, you ain't see that coming, did you? And then right there, you go, you didn't see that coming, did you?
Yeah.
Little throwback to Pedro. Little fun throwback to Pedro,
You didn't see that coming.
The best Quicksilver, period.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for the Moon Knight thing is,
Facts.
I'm hoping it does show more Moon Knight, but in a very balanced way,
Yo, that's why.
And let's have some Jake before Moon Knight.
Let's get some Jake in there.
That's why I want the show to be an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
because you could, with an hour 20 minutes, you could spend the first half on everything you need. Wrap it up with Layla, put Jake in there, give us all that, and then the last half, go home. Moon Knight punching the fuck out of everybody.
Yo, 120 used to be like standard movie runtime back in the day. Before every movie needed to be 2 fucking hours. There were some movies that were legit an hour and 30 minutes with credits.
Every movie we've been watching from the 1940s was like an hour 30 minutes, hour 25 minutes.
The standard used to be like an hour 30, an hour 45. Yeah. But like some movies were a quick hour and 20 minutes, or 25 or 130 with credits rolling. Because it's 145 or like 135, but with like 15 minutes of credits, and
Yeah.
maybe 10 minutes because nowadays these film studios are so huge and they use so many resources and they use a lot more, so you need more time for name scrolling. But like, yeah, an hour and 20 is a whole movie, kid. That'd be great.
Yo, blame the fucking Lord of the Rings and the fucking 8-day runtime.
Bro, you want to talk about a movie that doesn't end?
I love the Lord of the Rings. I haven't watched them in a long time.
Yo, this is the weird thing about me. I am a massive D&D nerd. I read fantasy. I write, play all that shit. Play RPG games. I can't fucking stand Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones.
You know
Can't
what?
watch them. I'll watch every other show. I can't watch those.
What about
makes
the
sense.
books?
It makes sense.
Can't even do the books.
Dude, so what do you call it? I have learning disabilities out the ass, and if you read the jacket, which I found and read one day, I should not be a functioning human being according to that shit. But it takes me so long to process
Yeah, I hear you.
that even though I do read, every chance I get, I read, the websites and the columns and all that shit, backstories on a whole bunch of fucking things. I do read a lot, but those books will take me too long to fucking get through.
I hear you. And it's a situation where you're just gonna have to keep restarting and going back to see where you left off.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But so I mean, yo, what's crazy? Like, I talk about all this nerdy sci-fi shit, and it's not that I dislike this franchise. I just never really got into it. I gave it a chance, and I think I'm just too late. Star Wars. Like, I recognize what Star Wars has done to the genre. I understand what Star Wars has done to people, to families. People still use the Force jokes, and everyone in this world knows what a lightsaber is. And for the longest, I just didn't watch Star Wars. I've mentioned it here before. I went back and watched episodes 4, 5, and 6, which is really 1, 2, 3. I don't want to. Y'all know the story.
Yeah.
But I watched 4, 5, and 6. Now that this is cool, but I don't think I want to continue this anymore. Maybe I missed the boat, but like,
Yeah,
You know what it is?
have
You know
to
what
be
it is?
put onto it when you're younger.
No,
I think
Cabbz. This is the thing. You have to watch the Clone War cartoon first. When you watch the Clone Wars cartoons and Rebels and whatever that shit is,
I'm just not into
The
that
Bad Batch?
world. I'm
No,
not
no.
into that
No.
world.
the cartoons make it more digestible because it's
Okay.
not 100% talking. When you watch that, because I've seen those cartoons first, and I was like, it brought me into the world of of the books and all the other stories you don't hear.
Okay, because that's my
When I saw-
problem.
when I saw 1, 2, 3 Solo, the other movie with Rogue One, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8, I was like, this shit makes a lot more fucking sense.
Okay.
It makes a lot more fucking
Because
sense. And I appreciate
that's my
Star Wars.
exact problem. Like, the world, I can't
Yeah.
get into the world. Maybe it's because I heard so much about it, and I've heard people's takes on it and all of that. But like seeing some of the, and look, I play RPGs. I'm into sci-fi. I love cyberpunk shit. That's more space fantasy.
Yeah.
But that's cool too. But it's just like, and seeing a lot of these like different, not monsters, there's different races or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with that kind of stuff too. I love that game, Mass Effect. I love different alien colonies. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love alien colonies and see how they're all different. For some reason, I just couldn't get behind it in Star Wars.
You know what it is though. Hold on. The movies are about the Skywalkers, pretty much, right? When when Anakin turns into Darth Vader, and Luke turns into the actual like Jedi that he's supposed to from the TV shows, it now becomes like you're watching the Batman. Whereas like I know who the Batman is, but we get to see him grow. We get to see him how he turns into Bruce Wayne and how he adopts Bruce Wayne's style, and is like, oh, he's not as good as a detective as he could be, but we see him get better at it. And then his bag. When you know all the lore between Anakin and Darth Vader and Luke and Layla and all those other stuff, you watch the movies as you're watching them grow.
Okay.
'Cause when I first saw the movies, I was like, look at this little bitch. Like, Anakin's a little bitch. How's he a badass? Then when you actually see him be the badass and be Darth Vader, you're like, oh, I get it. he's a teenager that fell in
I'll
love
give
and
it
he
I'll
doesn't
give it
know.
a shot one day.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll give
Yeah.
it another shot.
Cabbz, you said something that brought up. I was gonna say, I think I know what one of the other problems is. You saw all the shit that was influenced by Star Wars first. So now when
Okay.
you get to Star Wars, you can't connect because you're like, yo, that's in this movie, this movie, this movie.
Because that shit was the beginning of all of that space fantasy shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched everything that came after that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, no, that is a great assessment to it for real. It's like, because yeah, some of the stuff that I've seen in 4, 5, and 6, I'm like, okay, I've seen this before, but I've never seen these movies. Yeah,
You know what
I'm
it is?
telling you, I literally think that I just missed the boat on it. And it
Yo.
sucks because that's the thing about me. I can dislike something, but I can still appreciate it for what it's done for other people. And I know what Star Wars means to people, especially like family stuff. How many dads didn't sit their kids in front of the TV? Like, yo, son, you got to come see this. Like, that was like a time where, because, dads back in the day, a little different. Like, I'm a dad now. Dads in the 70s showing their kids these movies was totally different. Nowadays, my son shows me a video of some Fortnite character fucking flossing, and I'm cracking up like an idiot. You know what I mean? But like back in the day, dads were a little bit more different. So for a dad to tell his kid, yo, come look at this nerdy, goofy ass shit. Like, so I appreciate what Star Wars has done, again, to the genre. Everybody that's copied. I play tons of Star Wars video games. I love those, But like, it just never really caught me. Like I told you before, my dad was more action, like not fantasy. My dad did no Star Trek, no Star Wars. My dad was guns, explosions, Arnold, Stallone, Willis. My dad was that guy. And
Did
the
your
only
dad
thing
like Michael Bay?
Well, he doesn't like more of the new stuff now. But yeah, my dad always been on like explosions and shit, and like, he would let me watch Alien and shit. But Alien is action horror because there's some stuff going on, right? But like, my dad never did Star Wars and shit like that. So again, I'm not hating on Star Wars. I actually love how much people love this thing. I'm like, when I see a group of people love one thing, even if I don't understand that thing, as long as it isn't some fucked up thing, like if it's just like a show or a comic or a character, I love what it does for them because I know what it does for me when I love something and I find a group of people that also love it. That shit is powerful. It's cool when when two people agree on a thing. It's cool. Like whether they do or not, who cares? But when you do find someone and you do find a group that likes to talk about the same similar interests, and all of you guys are just diehard Star Wars fans, and y'all go to all the Comic-Cons and y'all dress up and y'all done the picture with one man holding, like I love that shit, So again, not hating on Star Wars, anybody. It's just I missed the boat on it, and I don't think I want to get on at this point.
Yo, bro, if you do watch the cartoons first,
I'm gonna give that a shot.
It's like watching the MCU going, yo, these shits are good movies. And then you hear someone like Cap and Lay talk, and you're like, but that didn't happen in the movies. Like, oh, no, in the comic books, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The cartoons are like having access to the comic books.
Okay.
So when you watch the movies and these TV shows, the cartoons reference shit that they talk about, and you're like, hold on, wait. Now I get it. Now I know who fucking Boba Fett is. Now I know who that fucking assassin that Boba killed in the TV show is. And you're connected with them already. Because if you watch it now, like, who the fuck is this guy? And then you hear someone like us, like, oh, he's supposed to be a badass motherfucker. And you're like, but he don't look badass here. He died in 15 minutes. But when you watch the cartoons first, you're like, okay, now I know why he's supposed to be a badass motherfucker. Now I know why when he says something, they follow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like your little inside guide to the world, but digestible in 30 minutes.
Yeah, the cartoon seems cool to me. I'm okay with watching some quick animated stuff, man.
Yeah.
And just some quick animated shit, like 30-minute episodes, 1 hour episodes, whatever. But I like
it gets gritty too, because they're not really for kids.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Keep in mind, I think everything except for the 7th season was already done before Disney bought Star Wars. So this is not made by Disney.
Oh. See, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because there's a lot of video games that I play. There's this, excuse me, you know, y'all know what an MMORPG is, a massively multi-online player role-playing game. It's essentially like World of Warcraft. There's one that I got for Star Wars. Forget which one it is. I have it here. I could pull up Steam, but I don't want my computer to blow up. And I love that game.
It's not Battlefield, is it?
No. Fuck that game. That's just Call of Duty with a Star Wars skin. It's Battlefield with a Star Wars skin. No, I'm okay with that. But like, I love playing that. And
What, Squadron?
No, that's not Rogue Squadron. Goddamn, what is the name of this game? It's like Battlefield. It's like Call of Duty, but just with Star Wars characters. Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But like that game I love playing. I love playing the one that just came out with the little robot.
Oh, Fallen Order?
Fallen Order. That game was
Yo,
incredible.
that game was awesome.
That game is good. I like the type of game that it is. It's more like an Elden Ring, Dark Souls. Well, not Elden Ring, but more like a Dark
It's
Souls.
like a Dark Souls light.
Yeah, it's more like that. So I did enjoy that. But like, yeah, like I'm okay playing in the world, but like it's something about like the characters that I just can't get in. So like in those games, when a character from the TV movies or shows comes up, I'm like, and I think it's right what you're saying, Cap, because it's like knowing what happens and who Darth Vader is and his story and Luke and all of that. Maybe looking back, like, yeah, the whole time I wasn't impressed, maybe because I knew this from word of mouth already and shit. That's a good point. It's actually a really good point. This guy, the one that says he has learning disabilities, the smartest motherfucker on this podcast. Jesus Christ.
Yo, a dossier and a room full of fucking doctors said that. I didn't. I'm not the one saying it.
Nah, you're smart. You make me think, which is good. Thinking is good. But anyways,
I don't think he has a learning disability. I just don't think he learns the same way that normal people do.
That's what I'm thinking.
Regardless,
You might have the key.
I'm
You
good
might
to go.
have, you might have the key to progression. I don't know how we made it to Star Wars, but we're here.
Hey,
But,
Star Wars has comic books.
Yeah.
But you know something? I totally agree with you because what do you call it? Like the Lord of the Rings? I missed the boat because I got into other fantasy shit first. And now you can't tell me, well, at least for me, you can't tell me like the D&D shit that I watch or the D&D shit that I play. You can't tell me that Tolkien wrote something better than what the fuck I come up with.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Would
what
you
fucks
play?
me?
Would you play a Lord of the Rings game? Like imagine an MMORPG, but like a good one, but it's all fucking Aragorn and these guys. Would you play something like that? You think you could get into that?
No, because I don't. So, Fallen Order, the Arkham games, and the Mortal Kombat games are the only games I've really played where I have to take their character and beat the game.
Yeah.
If I rarely ever play a game where I don't get a chance to make my guy.
You like creating a character.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be an MMO, so you would create your own character. But in the world of that, can you picture yourself walking around the Shire, picking up, crafting material?
Dude, I'm playing Elden Ring. I think that's the closest we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see myself doing.
Yeah.
That's the same way. Like I could play a Star Wars game, no problem. But watching the shit, I don't know. It's weird.
You know what fucks me up with Lord of the Rings and fucking Game of Thrones, even though I watch it? I cannot remember their names for the life of me.
It's hard because they're tough names to remember.
Unless it's Joffrey, because I really wanted him dead, I don't know anybody else's name. I called Peter Dinklage character Peter Dinklage because I had to learn his fucking name because I didn't want to keep calling him the midget. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And also, Lord of the Rings, to me, it felt like everyone's going to war to get a ring that turns you invisible. All right, I'm out.
It's a little more than that, but okay.
That's what I got from it. So it was like, all right, I'm out. Why do you need to be invisible? You got a fucking army. You got an army of 3 different planets coming after you. You don't. I'm one person's invisible. You won the war. All right, I'm out.
It's
I'll go back
does
to
a lot
wrestling.
more than invincibility
Yeah.
powers, but I see what you're saying.
No, I hear you. It was like I'd rather go watch Kai and Tai choppy Valvinus pee off. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
Yeah, that was more impactful than the ring.
I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings in a really long time. It's been a very long time since I watched all 3.
I want to sit down. I want to sit down and watch them one day because I truly have not seen any part of them. But I already tried one. Like I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. Never. The only one I've ever seen was in the theater. I don't know which one it is. All I know is that Dobby.
Yeah,
Harry
Dobby.
Potter is my friend.
Yeah. All I know is he died in that movie, and everybody cried. And I was, for the first time in my life, I was sitting going, I don't get it. Why is everybody crying?
Oh yeah, Dobby is a beloved character. I haven't even watched all of the Harry Potters.
But
I mean, I feel like I have, but I just don't remember them.
That's definitely a boat. I completely that shit. I said, and there it goes.
Yeah,
I was just first of all, somebody told me about the books, and I saw them shits. I was like, none of these titles interest me. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, somebody introduced me to like the Reacher books and like John Grisham, and so I'm like, oh, military shit.
This is more my style.
This is where I live.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like where I live, the Born Identity stuff like that, and Tom Clancy. So I'm like, I just, and it's funny because I love Conan the Barbarian and the Destroyer, and I love certain things like that. But for some reason, Lord of the Rings never clicked. And I tried. I remember once they gave them all on TNT. You know how they do that sometimes, right? Like nobody wants to work that weekend, and they just put them on the whole weekend. So 20 minutes in, I was like, I can't do this shit. I don't know who's Lego Ice, whatever the fuck his name is.
Lego Ice.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
Bogo Baggins.
I remember him in the movie Troy. He was a little prick, and I wanted him to die. Like, that's all I remember. And then Harry Potter, I was like, no. You're flying on brooms.
He's literally the reason why Troy.
You're chasing a little ball. They got weird. I couldn't do it. Games of Thrones, I saw when the character I was following, just like in The Walking Dead, ironically, my favorite character was the guy that Momoa played. He got murked. The stupidest, he got sick and died. I hated that. And then watching The Walking Dead, Shane dies. Who was Shane? John Berthold.
Spoiler alert.
That was
best
like
fucking character in that fucking show.
Then he dies, and I'm like,
fuck Egan.
I lose all interest after my favorite character goes. All interest goes out the window. Now I'm just like, fuck everybody else in here. I don't understand why he died, but
Lucky for me, Khaleesi and Peter Dinklage were my 2 favorite characters.
Yeah,
because Khaleesi was
hot. It's ironic. I remember when I saw that, I'm like, he should put the Punisher. I said that to myself once because he kind of had that. Especially when he cut his hair, I was like, you should definitely do it. Lo and behold, small world.
Yeah, like you brought it up. If you haven't seen it already, the Reacher show that's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Fucking excellent, man.
Awesome. Because if you know anything about Reacher, I don't know if you guys do, but Tom Cruise is not Reacher at all. Reacher's about 6'5", 250, huge. So the dude in this show, the guy that was in Titans, he was Aquaman in Smallville. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that guy.
That guy. He is about 6'3", and he's about 240. So he's right there. And I remember the first time I saw him, I go, this is the Reacher I read about. This is the Reacher I read.
I was asking Cap. I was like, how would y'all feel if he was like an Elseworld Captain America?
That would be crazy. That would be insane. Because you can definitely see that. He can even be an Elseworld Thor.
Yeah.
He can definitely be an Elseworld Thor. There's that one Thor that his hair is exactly like his in another world. You could definitely pull that off, man.
Toe was asking me if he would be like a multiverse U.S. agent.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I said no, because even when he's trying to be stern in that show Reacher, when he's trying to be stern and stoic and all that, he's still too likable. You can't be likable.
Okay, I get it.
U.S. Agent
I
cannot
can
be
be
likable.
the only person on the planet who likes U.S. Agent. Everybody else has got to hate him for that to work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, give it up to Wyatt Russell for really killing it. I hated his face. The moment they said this is him, I was like, yo, fuck his face. He just has a punchable face. 2 points for that guy, by the way.
He looks like
he
the
knows
young
it, too.
version of the Up dude.
Yeah.
Like the other guy, yeah. Funny. Wasn't he in the server? Oh, it's crazy. In the server too. Yeah, it's crazy. But no, but I would definitely, you could definitely take that dude Reacher and Ellsworth Thor or something like that easily, no problem. He could definitely pull that off. You know what I mean? And because he played a guy on the show on Spike. It was a football thing. I forget the name of it, but he was like the football.
Blue Mountain State.
Something State, yeah, there you go. And he came off like a real jock frat douche. He could easily play the douche frat Thor. You know, the one that we got at What If that nobody cared about?
What If?
The one that nobody cared about? Yo, universally, everybody that I talk to goes, fuck that episode. Why didn't we just get Gamora? The Gamora episode. Yeah. What is this shit?
The Gamora Iron Man episode would have been much better to have.
Why did they not show that?
I don't know. There was some COVID stuff.
But you know what's funny thing is, all these Marvel shows got to have one filler episode or an episode that doesn't really connect. There's always that one episode.
I've said it on the show plenty times. I like all of the high school stuff and high school rom-coms and all of that shit. I thought it was pretty funny to have, this Thor that's just trying to clean the party up before his mom gets there. I thought it was pretty funny. But yes, it is the most forgettable episode. And that includes the one with Killmonger and Tony, which I actually liked Killmonger. I like this version of Killmonger more than I did Black Panther, which is the same Killmonger, which is stupid, but I don't know. I just kind of enjoyed it.
I saw that episode one time and the Thor one once. Everything else I've seen twice, maybe.
Yeah, same.
Times, but for some reason, those two just didn't connect me. The one where Ant-Man kills everybody.
Oh,
I watched that shit repeatedly.
Yeah,
I'm like, holy shit.
The one that I watched the most, obviously, though, is Black Panther.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Star-Lord. But the Doctor Strange episode.
Oh yeah. It's funny because props to Benedict for doing the voice and bringing what he brings even to the acting. It was like, yo, I was like, every time she died, I felt it. But then at the same time, I felt bad for him. I'm like, yo, you're still being a dick though, bro. Like, I'm feeling for you, but now it's a little less. Every time is a little less.
And the best tag team fight of all time, Good Strange, Good Cape versus Bad Strange, Bad Cape. Yes. That shit was excellent. Yep. Yo, when the Capes were going at it, I said, yes, it's goofy, but wow, it was animated very well. And the whole fight was sick. And I was like, damn, this is mad cool. Like,
I love when he
What If, please.
I love when he realizes that no matter what he does, she's gonna die. Like it hit him. And he's like, and then he just trapped himself in this little thing. And he's like, fuck me. Like,
my man destroyed that universe
without saying in his face. He's like,
he destroyed that universe.
Yo,
he kept just eating monsters and these deities and these entities, and just kept trying to save this girl until he destroyed that universe. And it's funny because at the end, when the Watcher comes up to him and he's like, he's still strange about it. Like, this guy is stuck in eternity in this little bubble, and he's still like, say you need my help. Come on. Yo, like.
Oh, yeah, no. The ego of the Doctor is still, that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Strange is 2 levels down of a douchebag that Stark is.
Yeah.
Levels down, you know what I mean?
But he can get there. He can get there when he wants to.
Oh, because remember, in that whole thing, when your man Vision goes, you're the problem. And he goes, oh, you want this? You want some of this?
Yeah,
this is the guy you want, right? Come on, son. He was like, oh, they're not the problem. You are. I was like, yeah, it's the reason I'm here, bro.
I love those memes. I love those memes that show. It says, what is it? The Avengers of the Galaxy or the Guardian, whatever you call that ragtag team that is in What If. Like it's a meme. It shows them on top, and in the bottom it says 99% of their power, and it's just Evil Strange. Like yo. Man, that shit was too good.
Yeah.
We didn't deserve What If. We didn't deserve that. We didn't need.
No, we didn't. We didn't at all. The zombie episode, I think, was like probably third or fourth favorite. I just really like seeing
that Zombieland Spider-Man. All right, so hey guys, what's up? This is how you survive a zombie apocalypse. Like I was
like I'm gonna show you how to survive this. You know what I mean?
The first time in the MCU where they mentioned Uncle Ben.
Yes,
crazy to think. And oh man, what a good see. One of the craziest images is to see Zombie Falcon get split in half by Okoye's fucking staff. Like, what are we doing to see Bucky kill Zombie Cap?
Yep.
What a crazy, and I know that the What If, What If is real for anyone who, doesn't know. What If was real. It was done in the comics. There's a whole
thing
Marvel zombie universe. I think it's Earth 1240. Stay away from that place. It's all zombies and it's nuts.
Isn't that where Punisher killed the MCU with the zombie shit?
Universe?
I think it was Daredevil.
Universe? Yeah.
Daredevil.
Oh,
Daredevil went to the zombies and killed everyone. I think it's one of them. Comics are weird.
Could be Deadpool. Yeah.
Comics.
I
are
know.
weird.
There's two that killed the Marvel universe. It's been Deadpool and the Punisher. They both kill the Marvel universe. So I think
those are the only two people that have done it. Yes.
Yeah, those are the only two that have done it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Squirrel Girl kills the Marvel universe.
Oh.
And it's just all panels of people reacting, and then they show dead bodies. Like they never show her fight anybody.
Nothing, just lined up on the ground. Oh man.
Yeah. That was What If it was definitely something unexpected, but so much fun. And once again, Jeffrey Wright narrating is the dude can do no wrong, bro. Gordon, the Watcher.
I still don't like Peoples Hernandez, but
Peoples Hernandez was the most Puerto Rican Dominican ever. I remember I saw that. I was like, that's not us at all.
Yeah,
and his accent.
This is Egyptian cotton, motherfucker.
He was like a weird mix of like. I don't know. I don't know, but whatever. I look past that.
Somebody turned around and was like, "How did we write a Spanish character?" And they were just playing darts, and one of them missed the board and landed in like Bolivia, and was like, "Oh, let's take some of that Colombia."
Yeah.
You know what? Puerto Rico.
You know what they said? If Scarface was from New York, do that.
Yeah,
essentially.
They really said, "Yo, do Scarface in Washington Heights
with a New York accent." With the New York Puerto Rican Spanish accent.
That's like half your shitty ass paycheck. Like, what is this, Razor Ramon? What are we watching? Like, what's going on? But yeah, Moon Knight, incredible. Been having a great time with the show. That's pretty much it. I haven't been watching anything else. Not much time. We are the beginning of the month is here now. So everything's a lot more chill, and I'm catching up to some stuff.
Very cool. You didn't get a chance to answer for last week's podcast. Which character is essentially your best character? Or which one did you connect with the most?
In all of comics, or we stick it to something?
All of comics. No, we did the entirety.
Man, kind of on the spot. I didn't think of one. I don't want to say a fucking obvious answer either.
You had Aquaman. 3 weeks off. No,
I didn't put thought in it. Yeah.
You can always say Aquaman. We know.
Come on, show.
I'm leaving the podcast. I mean, I don't want to say. I don't want to. Yeah, like I don't want to say Batman. Because that's. I want to say something a little bit more out there. You know what I'm saying?
be true to yourself, man. If that's the guy, that's the guy.
No, it's not even that. It's just it's a cheap answer. Like I would like to think about it a little bit more critically.
All right.
But that's what it is. But I do like to see myself as like a mix of people, right? Because I love a lot of different folk, right? I have a little Wolverine in me that I just want to let out sometimes, right? Like it's not exactly Punisher, but I got some Wolverine in here. Wolverine is a character that I really liked because he was just like, fuck everybody. Like, hey, this is the boss. You listen to him. I'm not listening to anybody. I did enjoy that. Obviously, Spider-Man is cool. I do like some villains as well that I could see a little. I like the sadness of Mr. Freeze. I get that, to just going ham for a family member. I mean, obviously, if I gotta pick one character, I'm gonna do Batman, simply because I like how you don't need to approach everything like a fucking madman. Let's try a little tact first. Batman likes to at least peep the scene before he breaks somebody's arm, but just always leads there. So I do enjoy that. There's a bunch of different heroes but if I got to pick one, obviously it's Batman. Who did you guys pick? I didn't see that part. Well,
I picked Captain America, obviously.
And I know who that picked.
Yeah, but I had a mix of other, and mostly street level people because I can relate to them. The Punisher. Yeah. I said Wolverine because
there you go.
Cigars, whiskey, and then just the attitude. It perfectly blends to me. You know what I'm saying? And I told these guys when he had that scene where he goes, "Go fuck yourselves." I got so many people who were like, "Yo, my man, how is that not you?" I was like,
"Yeah, that's 100%.
Probably is me." You know what I'm saying?
That's 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Who'd you pick, though?
The Thing, the Hulk, and Colossus. Like those.
So we pretty much just kept it normal. We kept it exactly how we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked the Ghost Rider too, but
nice.
Different reason.
Yeah, when it comes to villain, it'll probably I've always been a huge fan of Magneto.
Same.
The cause is just, and people may not like the way he goes about it, but with his experience, he was like, with our experience in my life, this is how I know to react to humans. You know what I'm saying? They were killing their own people. So
I've been watching I've been watching that animated series, so I got a lot of Mr. Freeze on my mind. That came up. I've been watching that goddamn that cartoon.
When it comes to Batman villains, Raish, I love the episode where he clearly knows who Batman is, but he just, even when he's Bruce, he refers to him as detective out of respect.
I do love Two-Face a lot too. Two-Face is cool because I think that's a dilemma that a lot of people face. What face do you put on, right? Do you say fuck everybody and just put the regular face? Do you know when to put the right face on, the wrong face on? I think that's really powerful. And a lot of people think they just be like, oh, it's just a stupid coin. It's a lot more meaning than that,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's he's not letting the coin choose. It's both of his personalities that are choosing. You know what I mean?
The crazy shit is it's a double-headed coin, and one of them is just scarred.
It's just scratched off. Exactly. It's the same side, just a little bit more, dark, a little bit more charred, a little bit more fucked up, a little bit more emotional. And I think we all have that. I've been watching a lot of Batman, y'all. The movie. I leave the movie playing. I watched it twice, but I left it playing a lot. I've been watching animated series, and
it's funny because all of those, when you watch all the episodes, they're the meaning behind them. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorites was when Bruce is fighting the ninja, but he's fighting the ninja as Bruce.
Yeah.
He's literally in a suit. He just like from a banquet, and he's scrapping with him as Bruce, and he's talking all day. He goes, "Shut up and fight," and I'm like, yes.
The episode,
because he learned how to do that as Bruce. He wasn't Batman when he learned, so he's like, I'm gonna fight you as a student, and not as Batman.
Absolutely.
What's the episode where he has the clone? That the clone is like, these are my memories.
Oh, the robot, right?
The robot,
that's the heart of steel. Heart of Steel.
That episode is nuts. Like this
Yep.
guy he really thought he was Batman. Like, yo,
Yep.
hold on, what are you talking? I'm Bruce Wayne. What do you mean? Man, I highly advise everyone go back to that show. Everyone. I did it when Netflix was first a thing, when you had to rent CDs from Netflix. You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? My little brother ordered the Animaniacs and the Batman animated series. It was like fucking. They would send. I think they would send like 3 discs at once. So he would get like one Animaniacs, one season of Batman, and like another season of another cartoon. This was years ago, and ever since then I've watched it periodically. But now that they have the HD remakes and shit, I've been catching some of those.
Oh yeah. That's the reason why I give so much hate to this Joker that they had in the movie and to the most of the other Jokers, because I grew up on that fucking animated Batman and I saw this Joker, and it's the only Joker I really know. And the closest we got is Jack Nicholson, and even that's not the fucking Joker I've seen in the cartoon.
I love
You know what I'm saying?
that Joker though.
Yeah, dude,
That
Joker
mobster
seems
Joker.
like the actual Joker.
The closest.
You know?
The big gun, you know.
Yeah.
That's something else that I've been wanting to do when I get some time. I want to go back and watch all Batmans. All of them. I don't need to watch the Schumacher ones. You know, as funky and bad as those movies were, those are the ones I remember the most, because they would always show them on TNT and TBS, and it's like you just leave it on. Like, yo, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, I know those shits like like I know them better than I know Returns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're gonna like them no matter what.
Oh my God. Everyone chill. I mean, I used to watch a lot of it for Uma Thurman.
Hey.
It's funny because I tell people that Val Kilmer gave pretty much what Robert Pattinson was doing with the Bruce Wayne. Like, Val Kilmer's Bruce Wayne was fucked up. He didn't deal with shit. He just this. I don't know if it was supposed to be like right after Returns, but nothing was dealt with. At least the Keaton Bruce was even keel about it. This dude ain't deal with shit. He was out there, bro.
Let's get fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. So people don't give Kilmer any props, but I think his Batman was all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, his whole performance was cool. I don't get mad at it. Clooney's the one I'm completely disappointed and disrespected by.
Which is funny. I think Cap makes a good point about, like, in terms of a Bruce Wayne, just kind of bachelor. You know,
that's all cool.
I think it was you, Cap, that said that. That in terms of that aspect of George Clooney, it was actually not bad. But
I mean, that's who he is. He was playing himself.
The problem with Clooney's Batman is that he didn't turn off the Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
he was still Bruce Wayne in the cowl.
Yeah. The back card, never leave home without it.
Oh,
it's just oh my God.
Because I get it.
It's funny. Nobody realizes that's thing to your account. What the fuck? Nobody sees this.
I literally just said that, bro. Yep.
Here's the funny thing, though. Like, I get it. They were trying to riff on the Adam West shit.
For sure.
But if you know, Adam West had a Bruce Wayne and had a Batman.
And they were very different.
Yeah. He switched it on and off. Like, you gotta do it.
Bruce Wayne wasn't bad too soon. That's right.
Yeah. You have to turn Bruce Wayne on. You can always be Batman. Like, if you want to just play where you're Batman in and out of the suit, you can do that.
Absolutely.
But you can't do it the other way around.
Yeah. Because we always said Batman was his true identity. Bruce Wayne was the alter ego.
Yeah.
The way we have broken down Batman on this podcast is insane. Absolutely. We give a lot of attention to his psyche.
Yeah, because he's the only one that's 2 different characters. You know, like Clark Kent and Superman is pretty much, I'm wearing glasses and a suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not really much of a difference between Clark Kent and Superman.
And Spider-Man is a kid at all times.
Ironically, you can say the same thing with Daredevil. Like, Matt Murdock's just glasses and a suit. That's the only difference between him and Daredevil.
Yeah. And a walk.
Well, his face is covered.
Huh?
Yeah.
His face is
But
covered.
you're talking about the
Superman,
personality.
because
and the way
Superman
he
is literally just glasses.
Yeah, no, but it's the same thing. Like the personality is the exact same. The only differentiation is he has to wear the glasses.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he got a job. He
Yeah.
legit got a job.
That's a
When
job.
that suit is off, my man got to go back to work again. You know, my man is pulling doubles
like
every
Sonya
day.
Deville. He's like Sonya Deville. Jacket on, he's business.
Oh,
When he jacks it off, he goes to work.
That's right.
Oh
My
God.
man is pulling doubles every night.
Word.
It's funny. You
Oh my
imagine
God.
your lawyer coming, your blind lawyer coming up to you, bruises and shit. And you're like, yo, what the hell happened to you last night? I fell. What did you fall into? Somebody's fist? What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
It's actually not
I fell into a rave.
It's actually not a bad cover up. Like, I'm blind, bro. I fall into everything.
But
You have
remember,
no
in the
idea
show,
how hard it is.
Not only was he blind, he was a fucking alcoholic. He was a full-blown alcoholic, and that was the thing. Oh, he drinks too much. Yeah, that's not from a fall, son. That's from a fist. You have to know the difference.
I could show you someone who drinks too much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different heroes who have drinking issues, and we can go into all of that.
That makes Batman so compelling. He's two different characters by the same person.
Mhm.
Like everyone else we said, like the Flash. If he's out of the suit, he's still a smart ass. You know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man, the same shit. Deadpool, he just ugly because he got the cancer, fucking him up and shit like that. There's no character like
because he's
maybe
always
Bruce Wayne-
just Deadpool. He just puts the suit on at night.
Yeah, maybe
Well, most
Bruce
of the
Wayne
time
and the
he has
Hulk.
that suit on.
Bruce Wayne and the Hulk, but Hulk is literally a
Bruce
different
Banner.
person. It's Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
That's
literally a different person.
two legit separate entities. That's
Yeah.
different. Batman's choosing. I'm pretty sure Bruce will be like, yo, I don't want this shit anymore. Even on some comics where they make it sound like, oh no, I'm with it. Bruce Banner wants none of that.
Yeah, he don't want shit.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a good question by Pro.
I'd like the pros bring it up here.
Who has the best secret identity of all the heroes? On the top of my head right now, Shazam, Captain Marvel. Which Shazam? The one that has the 18 kids that turn into him, or the one that's just a kid?
No, the Billy Batson. The one
yeah.
No, wait a minute. Are you talking about the one from
Billy
Flashpoint?
Yeah, where he has like 4 kids make
Yeah,
Shazam.
4 kids and he comes one person. Yeah.
Wait, what?
In the
remember that?
Flashpoint storyline in the cartoon, a bunch of kids become Shazam.
No, because that's the Shazam family. That's
what I'm saying. But a
happened.
bunch of them they become one Shazam in that
No,
in that iteration.
That's because in that iteration, it instead of giving Batson all of the powers, they split it up amongst.
Yeah, exactly.
everybody.
Yeah. No, it's just Billy Batson. Billy Batson. Wow, that's a good one.
You know who I like with secret identity wise? Ghost Rider and Johnny Blaze or Robbie or they're just guys in cars and motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
And then when shit hits the fan,
Hell
it's a
spawns.
fucking demon with his head on fire. Like, you're never gonna be like
You're never,
no.
you can never put that together.
Unless you know what the fuck sulfur smells like and you know why it smells that way. You're never you're just gonna think he eats hard-boiled eggs all the time.
That is pretty good.
Oh man, that's good. That's good.
That is pretty good. Yeah, he's just like it's man and demon. Damn, I never really thought of it like that.
Yeah,
he's really
funny, I would have said Thor when he had the other identity when he was Blake. I would have said that because you would have never thought that Doctor becomes a fucking Norse god. You're like, that shit don't make any sense. You have a walking cane. How do you just turn into that? But that's old school though. So
Spider-Man is kind of bad at his whole secret identity thing.
Oh no, he's terrible. Because he doesn't change his voice or anything. He's just Peter.
He has a multiverse of people that know his identity.
Yeah. they're all stuck together somehow.
Yo, his secret identity is so poorly hidden that even a character like Electro, who doesn't know who he is, was still pulled in because I know who you are.
Yeah.
He said, "You got to be black in some universe, right?" I thought he was black this whole time.
Which is ironic that he told the dude from Sony, I thought you were black. Where Marvel was clearly like, no, we got that one.
We got the black one. It's over here. Yeah. Which
And it's funny
when
because
the hell is that gonna happen?
Cap and Iron Man have made their thing public. Everybody knows Steve Rogers is Captain America. Everybody knows Iron Man is Tony Stark. So you can't say them. Hawkeye, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Although
Natasha.
that might be the best secret identity.
You're true.
Is the fact that nobody gives a shit who you are.
I agree. It could be that. It's just tough with a lot of them, man. And the Fantastic Four are out there. Marvel guys are horrible. Son.
You know,
I would realizing that.
If we're gonna add bad guys in it, I would say Kingpin, because everyone knows who Kingpin is, but no one knows who Fisk is.
Because like,
the same person. They're pretty much
doing some real Pablo Escobar shit. Like my man trying to run for governor and shit.
We know we don't fuck with the Kingpin, but like, unless you see this huge fucking dude walk by, you don't really know who he is.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing on him.
I would say somebody that I bring up constantly, Green Hornet.
True.
I mean, when you Brit Reed, you run a newspaper, but the Hornet is some horrible vigilante guy that nobody would ever pair you up with. That the only thing that keeps him from being like S tier, if we're ranking him,
Seth Rogen,
is the Green Hornet pals around with Kato, who's his friend who happens to be Asian. Britt Reed is always with a guy named Kato, who's Asian. Like that's the only thing holding him back.
I'm gonna say the question. Because nobody honestly knows who he really is under that thing. There's very few people.
He knows who he really is.
No, he doesn't. And that's, if you don't know your identity, who the fuck else is going to guess it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good
that's a Moon Knight shit right there. Who are you really? Many people.
If they do it right, that's what makes Moon Knight so compelling, because you have Steve, Mark, and now Jake coming in. And that's almost like a Batman-esque, because we're struggling to find out which one is real. And then when we find out which one is real, they're like, we don't want to let go of Steve. And then, I have to be Moon Knight for him. But am I really Moon Knight? Do I enjoy this shit? Those levels of the psychology that goes through this show is what's... I don't mind that Moon Knight's not in this as much.
Absolutely, yeah. No.
I'm so captivated with Steve and Mark. I want to know more about them than Moon Knight.
I love the twist that they put on here. And I call it a twist only because I'm not too familiar with the actual comics of Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing where Khonshu is a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. No.
He literally
says, comics,
your mind is fractured. That's why I want you. Like, who the fuck wants to take a guy with his mind fractured?
That whole run, I forget the writer, but that whole run where Mark is in the comics, literally in Putnam fucking facilities. That name Putnam is straight out of the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where he realizes like Khonshu put him in there in the comics so that like he could get back. Because Khonshu's just trying to steal his body the whole time. He just wants the body. And he thought it would be easier because he's so messed up. And he put him in that fucking thing. Like in the comics is straight like that. It's a good run. Like I've been looking into it. I think it's a lot of comics.
Oh,
it's a good,
I don't think you were here last time when we said this, Cabbz. But if you go back and watch, anytime there's a
QR codes,
you can scan them and read.
Yeah. I actually did do that. I had to try it, of course. I had to try it. Like I saw people talking about it. I had to do it, which is pretty cool. I like how they go back to the first one with the werewolf. What is it?
Yep.
Night Wolf? What is it called?
Night. Yeah.
Cool. Yo, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna lead the subject somewhere else. If you still got stuff.
No, yeah, I was gonna go to Doctor Strange 2 real quick.
I was gonna be on some Doctor Strange's next, and then after that is Miss Marvel, right? With Kamala Kyle.
Well, yeah. June is Kamala Khan. Yeah, she has her Disney Plus shows coming out.
So were you about to say Kamala Harris?
No, I was thinking of Kyle, but I know it wasn't Kyle.
Kamala Kyle.
Yeah. So that's why I was like Kamala Kyle. Like I wasn't trying to say Kyle, but I knew it was a Kyle somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a car somewhere.
Yeah, it was a Kyle.
I'm actually I'm
Look at the
interested.
cat.
I'm interested about her show because hopefully they could do something a little different than the whole, the formulaic Marvel shows. I know their Marvel shows are gonna be alike, but maybe they could do something with the whole high school thing. I told you I like all that high school stuff, super bad, all that shit. So let's see where that goes.
Yo, I just want to point out real quick to all these motherfucking. It's too formulaic. Y'all motherfuckers eat hamburgers, right? A hamburger's just meat and fucking bread. Every hamburger's the same. All you do is change the topping on it. Stop eating fucking hamburgers. They're too formulaic. Holy shit.
But you know,
Can I tell you? I'm sorry. I've
No, go ahead.
I've been dieting pretty seriously. Hitting the gym. I'm on it. I'm on it. But for my last meal, I ordered a breakfast burger. It's this place called Semper Fi Burger, which is weird. I was like, okay. I just ordered it on Uber Eats. It was a breakfast burger, so it was the burger, egg, bacon, cheese, and maple syrup. Yo, I was like, what is happening? So I was like, fuck it. This is the last meal before I go in. I've been going in for like a week and a half now. This is the last one. And son, I was shocked at how good that shit was. I was like, man, fuck a diet. I'm ordering this shit tomorrow. Like that, super good. You know what else I've had? I've had a peanut butter and jelly burger. Yeah. Peanut butter, jelly, and bacon. Actually, kind of good. I made it myself. So I forgot what I was watching. It was like a documentary on Elvis. And Elvis used to eat these things religiously. That's why he passed away. Dude had a horrible diet. And he used to eat this thing called the peanut no. I was watching some restaurant that was doing it called the Peanut Butter and Jealousy Burger. That's what it was called. And it was in homage to Elvis. And then I watched that Elvis documentary. Yeah. So I made a peanut butter and jelly burger exactly how they showed how they did it there. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, shit was. I wouldn't I'm not gonna go to a restaurant and be like, yo, I got a peanut butter and jelly burger. But for something that I tried once, it was not bad. I had a pickle and everything. One of the dills. Pause. But it was fucking good. It was weird. It was weird. Yep. But if you keep eating burgers, eventually you grow tired. Yep. I have not gotten tired of burgers. I've been eating burgers my whole life. I don't think I ever get tired of a burger.
Yeah, bro, I agree with you. But here's where I'm coming from. If you're only consuming the MCU as your only form of entertainment,
yes, there you go. Yes.
Then yeah.
Absolutely.
But the MCU is not the only form of entertainment.
Correct.
Go watch other shit and then come back and eat your hamburger. And that's not to you directly, bro. I'm just in general.
No, but I mean it to you. So that
you're Word. Yeah, but also here's the thing though. For the people who say it's formulaic and there's a Marvel formula to you, I saw them like literally one after another. Go fuck yourself. There's no fucking formula. Each show or each movie has its own plot and has its own story that it's explaining. If you watch the shows for what it is, you get involved into those stories, and each fucking show is different. You cannot tell me that WandaVision and Captain America and the Winter Soldier are the same fucking show, or Hawkeye and Moon Knight are the same fucking show. You can't.
And Loki was the most different of them all.
Yeah. Yep. Now, what has a formula is the Fast and the Furious. Those fucking movies, like those movies are ridiculous, family, ridiculous, and it ends. Yeah. And then we go out of, shoot for the pie in the sky theory at the end.
The funny thing is, and I said it before about Moon Knight, is this was the one show in all the Marvel stuff that it didn't have that, we know it's going to be a hit kind of deal. You know what I mean? Because there's no history to it.
Yep.
They're literally just shooting. we're throwing something on the wall, seeing if it sticks with this show, because there's no history to Moon Knight in the MCU whatsoever, so we don't know. And I said it before,
people are like,
like a pilot episode, like of a brand new series that we're hoping is successful.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
A lot of people saying we didn't need Moon Knight. They were like, Moon Knight's cool, but we didn't need it.
Absolutely,
like,
that's what it is.
Like,
and
maybe we didn't need it, but I'm glad we got it.
I needed Moon Knight. I needed Moon Knight.
I'm gonna make a comment on that because I've said before, like Eternals, we didn't need, and I don't think. See, I'm not on the camp that we didn't need Moon Knight, and the difference is they are showing an aspect of life that's interesting.
Yeah,
within Moon Knight. Because if you take Moon Knight out of it and just leave it as a character study of a man with two personalities and why he needed them and what happened, that's still a fucking interesting show to watch.
Absolutely.
Where I don't think the Eternals had anything interesting to say within it. They scratched the surface of something interesting, but they didn't say that.
And it's funny because with the whole living
7 out of 10
and being around for everything, right? For all of that, they could have had so many different interesting formulas of different times, and interesting with them not being involved, but yet they make the technology for them, made the fucking atom bomb, son. You are guilty of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't make the
what
atom
did you choose
bomb.
to do?
They used it for that.
Yeah, but what did you choose to do? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck they chose to do, but it could have been interesting them throughout history making the changes, and we find out they were King Tut or they were Alexander the Great, one of them, you know what I'm saying? Or one of them was Leonardo da Vinci. It would have been.
God, you just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The same way that they're saying that Kong might be Alexander the Great.
So that's
okay. So
damn, that was fun. I thought it was going to be that.
That story that I was telling you guys about how I hyped myself up for episode 4 with that tweet. I fucked up. I didn't mention that. 15 minutes into that episode. So I'm theorizing the whole day. What are we gonna see? What's this plot twist? Oh my God, I'm losing it. It's Marvel. It's like you expect somebody to show up and you don't expect somebody to show up. It's Marvel. And like I remember 15 minutes in when he gets to the tomb of Alexander and he was like, oh my God, this was Amit's avatar. And not my mind is fucking racing. Like, what? Are we going to see Khan? What is happening? The pyramids. Khan. Ah! Like, yeah, and we didn't get that, of course. Watch the hype, guys. Be careful with the hype. I overhype myself.
To go on to his
apocalypse.
To go on to
that
point there, I had no hype going into that episode. And when they turned around and he was in a mental institution, I was like, wait a minute. Are they saying that this show didn't happen? It's all in his head? What?
The hype? No, I'm telling you. And I never let what other people are saying and the hype get to me. But it was just, you can't say something like this is the biggest plot twist in Marvel since Infinity War. To which I'm not even 100% sure what you're talking about. That plot twist was.
Yeah, Thanos won.
I guess, yeah. You know, but it's like
it was. But he's.
I don't know if that's a plot twist of just a really sick ending. But like, so then I'm like, I'm starting to think, and I guess with my overhypeness, like when nothing happened that I wanted to, and this is a problem that we have with society right now. All this information is given to us so fast, and we can look up anything, and we start theorizing about things. And when those things don't happen, we start to trash things. Now, personally, it wasn't one of my favorite episodes. And yeah, I'm not going to lie to y'all. It is because of the hype. But in a way, I kind of was like, yeah, I could see this happening. You know, I've been looking into Moon Knight. I know that there was a situation where he goes into the mental institution. I'm sorry, and guys, if we're saying any, messed up words in regards to, all of the, this is a serious thing. We're talking about a serious.
Oh, I thought you were talking about spoilers. That's why I did.
No, not spoilers. But like if we're disrespecting anybody with these disorders, and I don't want to call it a loony bin, a mental institution. I just don't want to offend anybody. But like, I knew that. I was like, yeah, I could see that. And even at the beginning, so what I thought at the beginning, remember when the first guy he was talking to at the museum handed him the pamphlet?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's what I automatically went to. I was like, oh, so maybe he did call up somebody and seek help, and this has been happening in his head the whole time. So that's what I immediately went to. But again, not that it was a bad episode. I didn't like it because I overhyped myself. And again, that's a mistake that I made. I'm human. I know better than to hype myself up for anything anymore. Again, Doctor Strange 2 is a little hard not to hype yourself up for that.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting, and by the way, the spoilers are so real with Doctor Strange 2, y'all. Be careful, stay frosty. I muted all of the comic book stuff I watch on Instagram. Muted.
Yeah, two things. One, I watched that episode and I saw that post you put up. I didn't read it, and I was like, it ended, and I turned around. I was like, what was the plot twist?
Yeah.
Yeah,
same.
Nothing changed.
Same.
and then Doctor Strange in my mind is like, this is gonna suck. Because I saw the one trailer and I was like, Doctor Strange 1 was it was but this is Doctor Strange. He makes a magic whip. That's going in my head. So if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. I'm not overhyping shit. He makes
a magic whip.
Yeah.
Yo, chill. That fight with Thanos on Titan. Whoa.
Yo, he held his own.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, he did. But that's where my mind is at.
I know why Toe's doing that. Because like you said, man is the hype. He's brought it up before.
Man is the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Black Panther.
I always say that the hype for Black Panther was different though. It was a cultural movement.
Absolutely.
I think people were hyped about the cultural movement, but I don't really think like half of these people that were excited about it didn't even know who Black Panther was. Didn't even know he existed.
I was there.
Didn't even know he was called Black Leopard first because of the implications of the Black Panthers at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was there to see all black cast.
Fuck the white man movie.
That's what I'm saying. It was a mostly all black cast, mostly all black direction crew, a black hero from a fictionalized Africa. Like, yes, the culture, African Americans needed to stand the fuck up for that. They had to do that. They had to pull up in fucking dashikis and shit. They had to do that. I'm so fucking happy that they got that moment.
Yeah, but then they ruined it because
but then the movie itself, it's kind of like there's problems in the movie.
Yeah, they ruined this shit because they took the whole. But they took the whole thing of the movie and changed it. It's like, yo, I went there to see the Black Panther like stand up for his rights in his country and fight the battles that everybody's fighting for in America now. The racist shit. I'm waiting for somebody to talk about George Floyd and fucking some other shit.
George Floyd hadn't happened at the time.
But I know like fucking I forget I want to see him walk around with a Snapple, a hoodie, and some Skittles. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him stand his ground. I'm like, where's all this political shit that these motherfuckers said was in this movie? This is a Marvel movie. I was like, who watched this shit and went on Oprah?
Who watched it?
It was like, they said we got a black superhero, and now all of a sudden everybody's making it seem like this is Martin Luther King's documentary. That's what I was going there to see, like some real stand up for your rights shit. Like, all right, so at what point is he gonna like?
Which is
he's
funny
dealing with his own shit. Like, what is he gonna?
That's what Killmonger was on. As much as I disliked his performance, that's what Killmonger was on. Like, bruh, where the fuck was all of this shit when they was beating our ass back in the States? Bruh, y'all could have came down here and handled all of this with no problem. Well, fuck y'all was that. As much as I didn't like his performance, I definitely liked the messaging, 100%. But and it's funny that you mentioned all of that about a black superhero, because that makes that moment in Falcon and Winter Soldier so much more better when he was like, yo, there's a black superhero running around here this whole goddamn time and you don't fucking tell me? What's wrong with you? Oh,
Yeah.
I hate how so many people stuck to the racial stuff of Falcon Winter Soldier and didn't see the incredible show that's under all of that. Even people who consider themselves like, in tune and open about these type of conversations, even they still didn't get it. Like, bro, I be trying to tell these people all the time that even as a Latino, as what many will consider a black man, as someone who has been through, obviously I haven't been through what African Americans have been through, but hey, I've felt my fair share of racism. I know how it goes. To have that moment where Bucky tells him, "Yo, my bad, son. I had no idea. We didn't think about son. I've talked about that shit to the end of days, bro."
As somebody who's on this panel who's still Spanish, but has never dealt with racism, I still was like, I knew exactly what Bucky was talking about. When he's like,
man.
I just handed you the shield because you're the fucking next guy up. I didn't think about that. And then at the end, when Sam was turning around going, I'm a black man wearing the red, white, and blue. You guys all got to do better. That still impacted. I'm still sitting there like, yeah, man, I agree with everything this dude's saying.
Yeah.
And
Bucky goes, "You did great, Cap."
I would fight to this day that Cap knew what he was doing.
Cap knew what he was doing
because you also
Bucky
got to think
did
about
Bucky did it.
You also got to think about Cap was talking to Bucky before he went back to get the stones, and then lived his entire life, and then gave Sam the shield. So he should know what happens from when he freezes to that when it comes to racism and all the other shit. He saw it. He knew. He saw it. He's like, if there's anybody that's gonna motivate this country better than I can right now, it's Sam.
I love that theory when you made. It's literally the best theory you've ever had on this podcast. I tell that to people now. I'll be like, yo, my boy, he said that Cap knew exactly what he was doing the whole time. And it's funny, my boy, Les cousin, Fern, just hit me up a little while ago, and he says, I mean, a few people have said this before, but sorry, I'm away from the mic. He goes, yo, can we get a Captain America TV show? 6 episodes. Each episode shows how he returned each of the Infinity Stones. I said,
absolutely.
I would fucking love that.
I want to see him see Red Skull and go, "You son of a bitch, you're still alive."
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like,
you're here. What are you doing here?
What do you do if he returns the Soul Stone and Scarlet Witch comes? Natasha comes back.
So here's the thing. That literally cannot happen.
Because he's going back.
No, because the Soul Stone, in order to get it, you have to trade something. Right? You have to give up something you love to get the Soul Stone, a soul for a soul.
Yeah.
But when you replace it, there should be no trade.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to get, you're just giving.
You're just leaving it. It'd be funny if you'd be real confused about that stone. Like
what should happen?
Like he's just like, just gonna leave this here.
No, what should happen is he should get there at the point, and this would be
Skull, him and Skull running into each other again.
He gets there.
That's what I'm saying. He's also
Skull is about to be freed, and then he returns, and now Red Skull's like, if you give that in, you're gonna trap me here for eternity. And that whole conversation of you've had an eternity in your mind to maybe change or whatever, but I still see you as this. What's the right thing? To keep Red Skull here because I know what Red Skull is? Or did he? That's a whole trippy fucking thing that you can have. No fist, no fighting, just
two. Oh my God.
Nixon.
Yeah, 2 guys sitting there. One of them like, I don't trust you. The other one like, I've been here for how long taking care of this? I just want to go home.
And again, our favorite Marvel time, just 2 characters just kicking it. no bullshit. I mean, obviously there'll be tension, but then we see the whole battle of good versus evil. Like we really see it, and you have Red Skull put Cap on check. Like, yo, you really think you're doing the right thing here? Mr. High and Mighty, Mr. Cap. Oh, you think I didn't hear what you did? You think I didn't hear that you held that hammer? You think I don't know what's going on? I know what's going on. I know exactly what you're doing here. I know exactly where you're from. You really about to do this? We can have a whole 50 minutes of that. 100%.
Yo, but that episode has to start off with him seeing Natasha falling. Like him seeing her dying, because he has to give it back right when they take it.
That's not a bad. That's tech. Yeah, he would have to. I mean, he doesn't have to see it.
Well, see,
because he
like
could take it. He could take it way back to another point.
What if?
Because you could take it back to a point that you could take it back to a point that it wasn't needed yet.
But what if that's the thing that causes him to go, I gotta live my life. He sees someone who he cares about sacrificing themselves for this, and he's like, "Yo,
I can't do this shit no more." That's what makes him change his mind.
I gotta go.
Yo,
save. Yeah.
You could do that like mid-season. That could be episode 3 or 4, where he's like, "Man, that's when we realize, like, you know what? I'm not going back.
Yeah, my fight is over.
Sucks. This just sucks. I'm gonna put these last 2, and I'm dipping." That's actually pretty cool.
So here's the thing. I like that idea, but that'll get a whole money situation.
Everybody is shit.
What if, like I said, he comes in at the moment that Red Skull was going to be freed because he no longer needs to be there. The Soul Stone's not there.
Oh.
He gives it back, and part of the argument is, well, I'll get Natasha back. And then Red Skull's part of the argument is, you won't, because you weren't the one who
sacrificed her
in the first place. And now handing this back to me, she died for nothing. You might have won, but her death and her sacrifice means nothing. You're handing it back to me, and it's going to be here for the neck. And that's what that whole shit leads to Cap.
That might get muddy too, though, because Cap, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But Cap did say that he was going to go back and put the stones before they were even like used or touched. Well, that was what Banner was telling this lady, like, yo, no, not if we go back and put them where they belong. So technically he would have to put it before the Nat and Clint thing.
No, because all he has to do is return them back to that time.
So that way it's not missing long enough for it to branch a new timeline.
Okay, gotcha.
So they don't take it off world. Because if you when Clint leaves, you come back, here you go. It's not off world.
Okay.
It never left that place.
Because all right, so basically he has to give that stone back before someone else tries to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a sick show.
I think that's the only one that has that stipulation. Because the only way you can get it is by giving up something. So but even if you get their Dolo to try to get it,
what if Cap goes there and goes, I want Natasha because a soul for a soul, and he tries to bargain with it, and it's one of those, if you get her back, you're still gonna change the future. Because this soul stone isn't being like, you can't get people back, so it's like that's against the nature anyway.
So like an absolute
because she needed to die to get this stone. Yeah. So if you get her back, you're ruining the timeline.
It's an absolute point.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
And his thing is, we don't sacrifice no one.
Yeah. So, I'm telling you, that episode. The conversation you can have.
What if he gets to speak to Natasha instead of a Red Skull? Like, he sees Red Skull there, and Red Skull's like, yo, I'm doomed here forever. I know who you are. This is what it is. And he's like, well,
you just hear her voice from the back. You hear Steve.
And he speaks to her in the soul realm.
Yeah.
And she's the one going, go live your life.
Like how Thanos spoke to Gamora.
Yeah, because she's always been advocating for him to have a normal life, a girlfriend and all this other shit, go out and enjoy himself. And she's like, yo, we won. Go live your life.
Go do your thing, bro.
You deserve it. Like, if there's anyone here that deserves some kind of peace, it's you.
Man. Marvel, y'all not watching. I don't understand why y'all don't watch the podcast. This shit happens here every time, every episode, every other episode. We just got shit for you, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, get it. We're not writers. Okay, I get it. I get it.
We're just a bunch of knuckleheads sitting in a room.
Okay.
You too, DC.
Wow.
You need it
Yeah.
more than anybody else.
Yeah, and if you're gonna take anything from this pocket, get rid of that fucking Flash. Get rid of that fucking Flash.
I think he's
Well,
doing a
I
good
think
job at
that's
getting
about
rid
to
of
happen.
himself. Yeah,
That's
I think
yeah,
he's been doing a
doing it,
great
yeah.
job at getting rid of himself.
Yeah, he's yeah.
But help him out. Get him out.
So get
Move
the
him
fuck
along.
outta
Like
here.
bring him the box. Bring him the box to his
Yeah.
desk and let him start packing everything.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yo, you know what? Fuck it. Put Scott Eastwood in there, call him Wally West, call it a day.
and move
Sick.
it on. Move it
There we
on.
go.
Fucking bitch.
But yeah, be careful, y'all. The Doctor Strange spoilers.
Yo,
Are-
Friday morning, 9 a.m.
Oh, beautiful.
in New Rock City. Me and Toe.
Yeah, I took off before we got the tickets. But it's funny. I was like, yo, I'm off Thursday and Friday. And Cap's like, well, you want to see Doctor Strange? I was like, yeah. He goes, you want to see it Friday? I was like, fuck it. Let's do it. I'm off. Let's go.
Fuck,
you know-
9 in the
yo.
morning's the best, man. And
I
there's
did
no
that.
vacation. There shouldn't be kids. But like I told you guys, that Friday that I went to watch Spider-Man, kids were legit cutting school, and vacation hadn't started here yet. And kids were cutting school to go and see
Yo.
that shit.
I don't give a shit. 2 thumbnails have already possibly spoiled some shit for me.
Yep, I know. I know the
I'm
exact
like,
thumbnail
yo,
you're talking
I gotta
about.
watch this movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a race against the clock. I saw a hand resting on something.
Yep.
I was
saw
like,
that same
that's
picture,
just
like,
the same picture. Yo, I was like, fuck, because I've been
motherfucker.
trying to be extra careful, and I saw that shit. I said, don't do that. And
Yo.
YouTube is the biggest crime in the world because they're just there on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck. And then there's motherfuckers who will tell you, "Hey, don't spoil shit," and then bam, just what? And their whole logic to it is, well, this is from the trailer. Who
Fuck
cares?
no. Yeah, I didn't see
It's
the
all
trailer.
from the trailers.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm going Saturday night. I couldn't go Friday. I'm going Saturday night. So I am, bruh. I need to just get it over with. Watch this movie because the spoilers are real. I already got spoiled on something, and it's like, damn it. But I kind of knew what was gonna happen already, so I'm not that mad. But
One of the
shit.
ones, the one you were talking about is one of the ones that I'm not gonna mention anything by name.
Yeah, we're not mentioning.
No.
one of the ones-
We're the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once.
It's a wrestling thing.
Oh, I thought you were muting your mics.
No. You said one of the ones. We them ones.
No, so one of the spoiler things that you mentioned is something that I was like, all right, I can see where things led up to that. But the second one, I was like, no,
yeah.
son of a bitch.
I was so upset because that image that I saw, there's 3 other images in there, and it's like in rows. So I saw another image there, and I said, "Guys, stop up! This movie is gonna like blow up the internet, for better or worse." Like,
Yo, at a certain point, so like the whole manage your shit, right? Manage
what?
expectations.
yeah, of course.
I'm not
but it's
right
hard
now.
for Doctor
I
Strange.
probably have to see this movie twice because I'm not going in this to see the movie. I'm going in this just to see what's the crazy shit everybody's gonna talk about.
Yeah, man.
And then I gotta go back to then watch and fucking enjoy the movie.
So I tried to get tickets for Sunday early, but it was already sold out. So I probably won't watch it again. I'm thinking of that Monday evening when I get back from work, like late in the evening, hopefully. So then Tuesday, because obviously next Tuesday we will be talking about Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I saw a little bit of the trailer and I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Like, what the fuck are they doing? And so that's why, to me, at this very point, I'm on some Lord of the Rings shit. I don't know these people's names. Like I'm expecting to see un cocotazo there just hitting somebody. Fuck it, but that's
Gilgamesh
why,
from the Eternals for people who don't know who Un Cocotazo is.
yeah, that's his original name from the comics. But yeah, but like, so I'm like, all right, I know it's a Marvel movie. but I'm not investing any shit into it until after I see it. Then I'll figure out who these people are.
Yeah. No,
Because
that's a good way to approach it.
That's what fucked up the Eternals. Well, it didn't fuck up the Eternals for me, but knowing the original story of the Eternals and then seeing this is like, all right, you kind of like cheaped out.
That's what aggravated the shit me because I knew it, and I'm like, you did not follow it, did you? You didn't even decide we're gonna be respectful to the source material.
Yeah,
fuck your source material. Yeah, fuck your movie.
Yeah.
7 out of 10, good movie. I'm sticking to that.
Eternals.
7 out of 10, good movie.
No, but you're talking about the Eternals.
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
I thought for a standalone movie, it's a good movie.
7 out of 10.
I just don't know how it fits in the MCU.
Yeah, that's
so far. I don't know how it fits in this.
We'll see in the future how it fits, but like that's also a cop out from the MCU. Like, oh wait, this movie will be good in 3 years when another one comes out. Yeah, that's a little. Unless
this whole like Doctor Strange starts with like he does the Spider-Man shit and he forgets and then boom, big ass face in the sky. Honestly, who the fuck is that? Magic everywhere.
Honestly, you know what you could have done? Honestly, you know what you could have done? We could have just not done the Eternals at all, and the 2 post-credit scenes, just put them as Spider-Man. Because it would have been weird to explain Kit Harington and his character, at the end of Spider-Man, and then just hear him Blade. But it's like,
and
the best thing about the Eternals was the post-credit scenes.
Yeah, and
I'll admit that.
Yeah, we need the speedster. She was hot.
Best character, man. Girl didn't say a word the whole time.
Yep.
Best character in the whole fucking shit.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, she was incredible. I liked her, man. I liked her a lot. You didn't like her, Kat?
No. I just saying you chose the deaf character to go. She didn't say anything.
No, that was the point.
That was the
speak.
He's here all week.
I know that's why I cringed at that joke.
Okay. No, like didn't say just sign the whole time. And then she has that scene that they deleted, man, where she's explaining how the Avengers got Thanos with nothing but heart. There was nothing special about them. They just did it with drive and perseverance. There is a deleted scene that she's explaining that to the other Eternals.
Really? Because I could have sworn it was intelligence and time travel and planning that got the fucking things and a whole bunch of kicked the shit out of the bad guy army. I didn't know it was just all they needed was heart. That's what was missing.
Miles and miles of heart.
Miles of it. Miles and miles.
It was a nice scene,
that's like the scene that I thought would have played bigger when the Flash is talking to Batman. It's like, all right, what do I do? It's like, save one person. It's like, what do I do next? Like, that's that scene. Like, you're gonna tell me that the only thing the Avengers needed was heart? So damn all the rest of the fucking movie.
Well, towards the end in the battle with Thanos, there was miles of heart there.
Yes. But you needed a whole bunch of shit preceding that.
No, true. It was talent. Yeah.
I mean, technically they lost for 5 years, and it was the persistence of them that got them to the end goal. They didn't stop. They kept going.
Yeah,
there you go.
We're about to reignite a rivalry. Because I don't remember in those 5 years them trying to get time travel started. That should just happen like a week before.
Well, I mean, Nat was trying to keep things together, and they found the thing, and it led to that. Yeah, it led to that. You can say whatever you want, it was a nice scene. It was a nice scene.
Yes, and they deleted it for a reason, because fat ass white dudes like me were gonna sit here and go, but that doesn't make sense.
Well, to be honest, Marvel cuts a lot of shit that don't need cutting. I'll tell you that. They're good at that shit. Like, I'll never forget the scene in Spider-Man Far From Home that the most Spider-Man you ever see Tom Holland, and they just deleted when he's in the restaurant with the guy shooting at him, and he's just being all Spider-Man and saying little quips. No. That movie's completely deleted when he grabs a salt shaker and he goes, fresh ground pepper? Anyone? Like, that's completely out of the movie.
Wait, what movie was this?
Far From Home.
Yo, that's like Berenstein Bears, man, because I swear to God, I saw that.
Did you see him get shot? Because the reason they took out the movie is because he gets shot. but like he has the bulletproof, like he has the
Stark
Tony
tech.
Stark shit. He got so, but
I
that
could have
scene is
sworn,
deleted.
that was in there.
Yeah, no, that scene's deleted. Yeah, the most Spider-Man I've ever seen Tom Holland, and they took it off. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
That's why I don't remember that scene.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm telling you, the way he talks, the way he moves, super Spidey. They just I don't know why they took it out. Marvel's good at that stuff. Yeah.
They saved that for Miles. What up, Kenny?
What up, Ken? Man, I hope they save that for Miles. But yeah, Doctor Strange, obviously, very excited.
How would y'all feel if the TV show, the Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, had Miles Morales in it?
Oh shit!
I wouldn't be too bad. Well, if he's pre-Spider-Man Miles, I wouldn't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Like the last episode,
he
you see
swings
him
through in that costume. I'm gonna go, what the fuck just happened?
Like it's
No,
just,
no. He's not Spider-Man, but
like he's just like a friend.
Oh, I'm cool with that.
Here's the thing, though. He did have those powers for like 6 to 8 months before he saw Peter Parker getting fucking annihilated.
Yeah,
and decided, well, I got to do something.
Yeah,
and he still didn't want to do nothing with it.
Yeah,
you got to remember though, this is a completely different timeline where nobody knows Spider-Man. Like none of that shit's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, he could have the powers and just not use it because he never wanted it.
I mean, if Marvel's gonna continue this trope of they're gonna do a trilogy to do an origin story for Spider-Man, then all right, fine, we'll fucking rock with it. But
when is She-Hulk come out? Because that's the one I really want to see. That's the one I really want to see. You know, I'm into green chicks.
Probably next year that'll come out.
Shout out Gamora.
Shout out Gamora.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that these shows have been coming out, they'd be like a month apart.
I like that shit. I like it.
It's 6 episodes, and then we had WandaVision.
Nah.
So it was WandaVision, then Cap, then Loki. Then it took a little while for Hawkeye.
Well, you know something. If Miss Marvel's the last one this year, and we gotta wait next year for something, that'd be good. Because as a great Chicagoan just said, you can't eat hamburgers every day.
Yeah. But isn't there another movie coming out this year? Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder is
the Guardians of Asgard, as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, this year and the next year, Ant-Man and the Wasp and
the Quantum Realm.
The Ant-Man, the Quantumania and another movie switch release dates.
I think the Marvels.
The Marvels, yes. So Captain Marvel got pushed. The Marvels got pushed back, and then Quantumania got pushed up. There was a lot of COVID shit that fucked up the MCU, man.
Word.
Like, and I know that it's an excuse that we use, but Marvel relies so much on specific timing that I can see how COVID can really fuck the shit up. I know. I don't want to give anybody excuses, but literally they had to reshoot tons of. Like I told, America Chavez was supposed to be in Spider-Man. How they were gonna fit her in there, I don't know. But she was supposed to. She brings the Peters out. She was the one that brings them over. So like they had to redo all that because of COVID stuff. So now, like at first I wasn't giving them too much, levity with it. But like now that I see that Quantumania and the Marvels literally switched releases, I'm like, yeah, there was some weird COVID stuff happening there. The whole episode with Kang was some weird COVID stuff that happened apparently, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah, the fact that Black Widow came out after Captain America.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the other way around because
that ending scene,
her long stupid name comes out. That was supposed to be the other way. That would have made perfect sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then it would have come in line with Hawkeye 2. It would have went on some streamlined.
It would have been, we literally start Hawkeye after that.
Exactly.
Would have been great, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another movie that wasn't terrible, just run of the mill, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
The only problem with that movie is it was a day late and $1 short.
Yeah.
They should have did that shit way sooner.
5 years ago. And not only that, I honestly think that's one of the Marvel movies where you didn't have to do that much action either. That movie was at its best when it was just them crying about being a family. As much as annoying as that is to people, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them scenes were like where Yelena was like, "Yo, don't lie." Like that was real to me, bro. That's all I had. My whole
Florence
existence.
Pugh.
That's all I had this entire time. You guys are telling me it's fucking fake? Fuck you.
Yes.
That wasn't fake to me.
Yeah, it's her and Red Guardian.
If we would have stopped all the crazy explosions and you could have literally taken Taskmaster out of there, we didn't need that. And it could have just really been about the family.
No. I refuse to let you take Taskmaster out. That's Lay's favorite character in that.
I will show you the Taskmaster skills. Disrespect. I was like,
go
once,
ahead, Lay.
Once
Copy
this
my
came
dyslexia.
off,
Go
I
ahead.
was like,
yeah, that works for you.
also something like, so it's not Tony Masters. So fuck his story. Fuck the great backstory you have with him being part of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything. You could have connected her to him because of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, wait a minute, I knew a Tony Masters when I first got to S.H.I.E.L.D. He was the main trainer for hand-to-hand combat. He goes, exactly.
Even if you would have made Crossbones, into Taskmaster, Grumlon, whatever his last name
Grumlon,
is. Yeah.
Right,
Even if you would have made him, and again, it's not some weird feminist shit, or sexist shit. That's not what it is. It was just done poorly. It's nothing to do with the fact that it's a female. It was just done poorly, and even females that are fans of Marvel understand this. So
absolutely correct.
Cut it out, please.
Absolutely correct.
I'm sick of everyone fucking crying. I'm sick of everyone crying.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yo, whoever feels that way, go literally fuck yourself.
Fuck
you.
Okay, it was just done poorly.
Fuck you.
If it was that, I could have. And I know Crossbones was a different character in Marvel, but if you could have just made him into Taskmaster, I think it would have been a lot more believable. And I think we all I think a lot of people were expecting it to go that route. So, but still, I still had a good time with Black Widow. Florence Pugh is hilarious. What I would love to see is more of her and Haley.
Yes.
Yelena and Kate Bishop was some of the funniest fucking shit that happened in all of that shit. When she's like, that whole scene where she's like, that she cooked the macaroni. Yo, man,
the macaroni, Kate Bishop?
Yeah. The scene in the elevator when Kate's trying to push the buttons. I've never seen one of these movies. It's like, yo, I fell in love with the female characters, but in that moment, I was like, yo,
this is great.
This is probably the best Marvel has ever been.
Yeah, man. Them two were really fucking good. And then if you could have thrown some Echo in there, like they're just kind of like the Birds of Prey almost, but like good. Oh, he said that. He said that. It's a joke. But yeah, something like that. Would love to see
another movie like one of Lay's favorite characters.
Who's that?
Birds of Prey. And the wonderful time that Harley Quinn had running from the
There's a whole bag of fuck yourself right here, and you can have it. And then there's another bag stationed behind that's more go fuck yourself.
I get 2 bags.
That was you can have 5.
I get 2
that
bags.
Was beyond disrespectful. Birds of Prey, man. That was so disrespectful.
Man, but
I like that Harley Quinn.
Mostly orphan.
Yeah.
Really orphan.
But that version of Harley Quinn was the best one we got until after the Suicide Squad.
With the Black Daughter.
Yeah. Okay. The second one. Yeah.
I want to verify that the Black Daughter's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
and
I mean
that's a show enough thing for
everybody. If you please go back and watch that review because it is I watch it every couple every couple of months. I refresh myself to remember that review happened.
Yo, and this motherfucker said, "Where was the Joker?" All of a sudden, Will Smith had an accent. I was like, "What? What?"
You gotta appreciate that, man.
I love how confused he was. I'm like, wait, really? Are you for real?
Yo, his confusion forced me to be like, wait, did I see the movie wrong?
Like, did I fuck up?
Yeah, I question myself. I go, wait, did I watch the wrong movie? This is what I got HBO Max for, so I can watch it.
Dude, what was the other movie we watched? We were watching The Punisher. No, Predators.
Predator.
And this motherfucker started watching The Predator.
Yep.
He watched the completely wrong movie.
He's like,
He was
I got
watching
one
the
of them on
wrong
the
movie.
table.
He was watching
Yeah.
the wrong movie.
He's like, I got him on the table, and I'm like, there's
What?
no one on the fucking table. He's like, there's no one on the fucking table. He's like, yeah, the black guy's on the table. He's like, what are you watching? We haven't got to fucking Lawrence Fishburne yet.
He's like,
What are you
Predator.
talking-
By the
Oh,
way,
man.
that samurai Predator. Oh, I still love that. I
Yeah.
still love.
Oh yeah, that scene.
That whole scene.
Mhm.
You give me a samurai Predator.
You gotta have
You guys rewatched it. What do you like? Does it hold up?
Yeah,
Because I had a blast. I had a blast watching that movie in the
thought-
theater.
I thought mixing whatever they were trying to go with and kind of giving the old thing the love, it didn't bother me at all. I enjoyed it.
We're
Adrian
talking about
Brody.
Predators, right? With Adrian
Predators,
Brody.
yeah, with Adrian Brody.
Okay.
I loved it. I still.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, the movie to me.
Let,
you know.
did we go? Who like? Because I remember watching that shit in the theaters.
Yeah.
And back then, I only went to the movies with y'all.
Yeah.
A group. It could have been different groups, of course. It was like 10 of us,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, I completely enjoyed it because pretty essentially was part one, but on their planet. And this wasn't these are a bunch of dirtbags, you know what I'm saying? They got the best of the best whatever they could find. It was I think the plot was great. It was a great plot.
Much better than Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrible.
Oh, you didn't like seeing the Predator and the girl running
That was disrespectful.
with the scars and shit?
That was all kinds of disrespectful.
That's what I didn't like about
when you learn what they initially wanted to do. When you read that idea, when you see it and you read it, you go, why don't you just do that?
What was the first Jurassic Park movie with Chris Pratt in it? Was that Jurassic World?
Jurassic World.
So.
Yeah.
I went
the
to go watch
greatest
it.
sci-fi movie ever put in a fucking theater.
Son, I went to watch that movie, and I remember at one point the Raptors are just like all running, and they have like the side shot of them. I'm like, yo, this is the Avengers. What?
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening here? They literally were avenging. They were, they were assembling. And
when
like
they came in to fight the T-Rex. Or no, they came to help the T-Rex fight the Indominus.
You see the side shot of them running and like jumping. You see Age of Ultron when it first starts, and they all do the side shot. I'm like, I remember watching the movie in the theater, like, yo, this is Avengers. And yeah, there's a lot of movies that are very Avengerish now. Even Sonic is like super Avengerish. Did anybody watch Sonic? I got to watch it.
I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
I caught a matinee. I caught a matinee at like 10:30. There's a lot of useless human shit that we don't need, which is the case with a lot of this stuff. It gives
like
me
that good Godzilla movie.
It gives me
All the
Godzilla
human
vibes.
shit is like,
It gives me Transformers vibes. Like, we don't need all the human shit. Like, for the next Sonic, just go to like Knuckles' planet and just chill there. Forget all of the humans. The only human we should be seeing is Robotnik.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was bro. I don't mean to spoil Sonic. I don't know if you're gonna watch it, but there's like this whole like the main dude, Cyclops.
Wedding, right?
Cyclops.
Yeah, Cyclops. His girl's sister is getting married in Hawaii or something. And there was like 20 minutes of this Hawaii scene, but it ends up being a sting operation from this like global alien protection force that looks for things like Sonic and Nukkle. Yo, I was like, why is this in this movie? Why? I don't know. But Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles themselves, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yo, I just want to point out, I am super hyped for the movie Prey. It's the technical prequel to the Predator movie.
Yeah. You remember part 2, right? When he throws him the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Danny Glover. It's pretty much how they got that gun. It's pretty much like around that time they came to Earth.
I love that. I love that scene when when he gets to the first Predator and then like 12 come out, he was like,
He goes,
who's next?
let's do this.
Danny Glover killing Predators was really weird, bro.
Oh yeah.
It was really weird because he was more, human action star, like real, like a cop. He makes a good cop, but like Danny Glover killing aliens was weird, especially after like seeing Arnold doing it. But Predators 2 is a prequel to Predators 1.
No, it's the next.
It's the next one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I was like, I didn't get that. Yeah.
For some reason, the Predators. The weird thing about that movie, if I remember correctly, is the Predators, instead of going after like big game hunters, they just were like, well, fuck it, let's do Jamaican.
In that one, they're just killing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was my favorite part of part 1. That it's all sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not killing you. Like Arnold literally tells Homegirl, saying, "No, don't pick up the gun. That's why he hasn't killed you yet. He's only going for the competition.
Run, get to the chopper."
I love it.
Absolutely.
And then, like, I tell people all the time my feelings about that movie. It's the most respect you've ever seen given. That final showdown, man. When the Predator looks at Arnold, he's like, you know what? There's something special about you. I'm just gonna give you a good old ass whooping. I'm gonna take all this shit off, and we're gonna rock. I was like, yes.
That's the only movie that I've ever seen Arnold Schwarzenegger in which he felt like John McClane.
Yeah.
Like when he's standing there in the mud, he felt like the everyman he might not make it out of this shit.
And he gets his ass whooped.
And instead of filling his whole body, covering his whole body with mud and turning tail, he completes the mission, sets up all these traps, and then calls homie. Yo, the best war cry. You're never gonna get a better war cry than that in a movie. I don't give a fuck. Oh, you're just being an old head. Yes, old head Cabbz. I repost that thing. I remember when the pandemic was started, and I worked for a cruise line, so there was a lot of stuff. I remember, me going into work the next day, and it's just Arnold. We were about to start the fantasy football season. It's just Arnold. Anything happens, I could use that war cry. What a fucking fantastic movie!
It's amazing.
It's like, I ain't scared. You ain't scared of no man.
Ain't no man out there.
Jeez, ain't no man.
What
a fucking fantastic. That's what I'm saying. I always go back and forth between that and Terminator 2.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah.
I see the body Ventura.
Maybe Terminator 2 is the better movie, but like in my heart, Predator's up there.
Yeah.
If you guys had to choose between Terminator 2 and Predator, which way would you go?
Predator. There's no
Predator.
Edward Furlong.
Predator. Yeah, exactly.
Really?
That's a winning thing. There's no that little annoying little prick.
Yo, he ruined that entire movie for me.
That was kind of his point, but I get it.
No.
Here's the point. I like
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the point of the character is to be a certain way.
But
the
that doesn't make it good.
You could have done that in a way. Like, point here. Shia LaBeouf in the first Transformers is essentially that character. He's gonna run around, scream, be annoying, but he was palatable. Edward Furlong, I've never seen him in a movie where I was like, that was all right.
The most all right I think I've ever seen him is maybe American History X. Maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plays the little brother.
Yeah. But I'm actually shocked. I'm telling you, I go back and forth all the time between Terminator 2 Predator, but like the level of respect that the Predator gives Arnold at the end is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in a fucking movie. It's so cool.
So I also have a little confession. I also don't like everything James Cameron does.
Okay.
Because the first Terminator is horror.
Yeah, that's a scary movie.
Action.
Yeah.
And he did the same shit with Aliens. Aliens was horror, and then he turned it into action.
Aliens
is that, like, everything he does, he starts out one way and then switches it every time he does another one. I'm like, dude, keep it where you were going. What the fuck are we doing?
It was funny. I would like to put aliens with Predator, but the problem is it gets long. It's like for them to first encounter the aliens, first of all, I get that we have to know what happened to her and all that shit. Speed it along. Bring the Marines in. This is when the party starts. Let's get this party started. I was promised aliens and guns. I saw the trailer.
The Aliens versus Predator arcade game, though.
No, that's fun. Yeah, that was
10
really
out of
fun.
freaking 10.
Yeah,
it was just a beat 'em up where you could pick an alien or a predator.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of freaking 10. Fantastic arcade game.
It's funny
because the days of the beat 'em up.
Once again, there's a movie that was presented, right? That was supposed to be those same Marines and the Predators teaming up to destroy the aliens that finally came to Earth. A queen made it to Earth and started laying eggs. And then the Predators and the Marines finally realized, you know how to kill them. You need to show us how to do it. So we'll work together. For some reason, somebody at Fox thought it was a better idea to have Sigourney Weaver shave her head and have that prison shit in Alien 3. What the fuck? Michael Biehn was going to be Hicks again, and then Mute was going to be Sigourney Weaver. She was going to take over for her. That's like the lead one, like, listen, my mom killed a couple. I know what the fuck I'm doing too. Fuck us.
There was a lot of there's some choices. There's some choices. Choices were made.
Well, let's be happy that the one choice that I said before that didn't happen was Blade was going to be white.
Oh
yeah.
Yo, did you hear that?
That would have fucked up the MCU. I think that happens and we don't have Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think Sam Raimi would have seen that and said,
yo, did you hear that?
Blade had to succeed for anything else to happen, and people forget that.
Dude, there's a rumor that I don't know how true it is, and it's probably one of those like Hollywood legends that is not true at all, but just enough people have said it.
Yeah.
There was a rumor that like in 1994 they were gonna do a Harriet Tubman movie, but the producer wanted to cast
a white lady.
Yeah,
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yes, that's true. No, that's true.
That's true. I've read that. That's true.
That's true.
Like who the fuck was like?
Yo, man.
How the fuck did you make
that's
idea?
Legit.
That's true. Legit. That's true, bro. That's true. I not only did I read, but then somebody that was in the production meeting actually came out and said it.
Yeah.
And
so it never passed a suggestion from a Hollywood exec. Everybody looked at him like,
what?
That was
what?
That was a Hollywood version of Vince McMahon wanting to be Stephanie McMahon's baby daddy.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. That's like if I want to make a Frederick Douglass movie and I cast
Ryan Gosling,
Patrick Stewart. What? What are you doing?
Tell me you're racist without telling me you're racist.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely.
And look, Blade cannot be white, but at the end of the day, it's still a fictional comic book hero.
Mm-hmm.
This is Harriet motherfucking Tubman. Like,
yep.
you know what I'm saying? She was a pinnacle. Like that lady's story will ring forever. Turn that fucking Julia.
You know what I'm surprised?
I would fire you. Like if you were in my team and that's the suggestion you made, I said, look, I'm sorry. This might seem a little weird, but you're fired. You can't make suggestions like that.
You know what I'm surprised didn't happen?
Get arrested.
I'm surprised Hollywood's racist undertone didn't turn around and make a movie, the real story behind Harriet Tubman, and it's all about the white lady who helped her. I'm surprised that movie didn't come out.
This is a good point. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Because I figured that would be the next idea after, the Harriet Tubman being white. You know how weird that sounds?
Dude, how weird does that sound?
Come on. It's like, dude, really?
Every one of my so weird that the guy who had that next idea to make it just about that
he said
probably was like, nah, I don't got no ideas.
You see, he
was.
I like McMahon. He read the room. He read the room. He said,
he heard him say like,
now.
He was like, look, I'm gonna tell him my idea. Look, I'm gonna tell him my idea about the white Harriet Tubman. If that doesn't work, you come out with the white lady that helped her the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bet we have a plan. My man says the white Harriet Tubman shit. The room is dark and this thing. He looks at homie. Homie's like,
and then someone
They
pops
never
up,
spoke again.
and someone pops up and goes, Wesley Snipes' Blade. Fuck it, let's do that.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think at the time. Who else could have been Blade?
No
Nah,
one.
You're not gonna make Eddie Murphy Blade.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Or Denzel or anything like that.
Denzel,
It's not happening.
Will Smith, like
Nope.
no.
It would have had to been
Will
like Michael Jai White, but he wasn't anywhere big for him to
No.
be Blade.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
he wasn't there yet.
And he doesn't have the snipes, if you know
No.
what I mean. He doesn't have that.
Yo,
The swagger, the coolness.
The charisma, yeah.
If anybody doesn't know what Lay's talking about, the whole Snipes thing,
Yes.
please do me a favor. Go watch Expendables 3 and go watch Wesley Snipes be the best fucking part of that movie.
Yeah.
Jangalang,
That's
jangalang.
the fucking Wesley Snipes that
Yep.
he's talking
Yeah.
about.
But I'm
Yo,
just saying
dude,
is
In the
You
Runner,
ever
is
see,
it the
like-
Runner?
huh?
The TV
Oh,
show, The
the
Runner,
player.
the player.
Oh, the player.
You
yeah.
ever seen that TV show?
Yeah, I've seen
There's
it. Yeah.
one episode where he actually fights someone, and that's like I've never seen someone fight someone so fucking cool in my life. Like my man was like, "I'm here to kill you, and I'm gonna do it like I'm a play, like I'm fucking your girl while I'm doing it."
He's the best.
Yeah,
You remember in Passion 57 when the guy goes, "Yeah, black guy got away. He was part of my group. Very smooth, very convincing." I was like, "That's Wesley Snipes. He's gonna convince you that he's the dude." Even when he played Simon Phoenix, he was hilarious, man.
Yeah.
In Demolition
Oh, yeah.
Man. I was cheering for him.
The writing on Simon Phoenix was a little over the top, I guess I
Oh,
would say.
absolutely. My man, look at his hair.
But he
His
had
hair
some.
told
You
you
could tell
everything.
he had fun with that role.
He
Oh, no,
he
yeah.
loved
Oh,
that
I get to
role,
do
yeah.
what? Okay.
He said,
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
my man turned into a super assassin, and he can hack the shit. And
Yeah,
I'm
man.
crocheting a
Yeah,
fucking
so like,
sweater.
yo,
Yo, before we leave,
he comes out 10 times stronger, knows all kinds of martial arts, can hack him. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
before we leave, I wanted to bring this story up before.
Mhm.
To the whole thing with toe tags being either the Hulk or the Thing or Colossus.
Mhm.
We went the first time we ever went whitewater rafting. Right? We're going down the rapids. Towards the end of the whole trip, we hit a patch where almost everybody collided. Right? We get hit. Me and my uncle stay in the boat. My aunt, my cousins, Toe get thrown off the boat. Me and my uncle are starting to like panic a little bit because other boats are fucking coming. Toe swims over to a rock. So he's got his back to a rock that's jetting out of the river.
Yeah.
This fucking boat of girls comes to him, and I shit you not,
What's
this
up?
motherfucker just bared down, put his shoulder down, and whoop, just pushed the fucking boat over him like it was nothing. A boat of 3 grown-ass fucking women hurling towards him down a rapid, not a slow, lazy river,
No.
rapid, pushing, and he just was like,
Yeah.
wham, and just fucking threw the boat over them. They didn't even get stuck on the rock.
Yeah,
That day, I was like, this motherfucker's Colossus. He turned his skin metal. And
Oh,
fucking...
shit. I've heard the whitewater rafting story, but I've never heard that part of it.
Yeah.
What didn't one of you guys lose it in that trip or like pop off on somebody?
that was Cat.
Yeah. I won't
No,
bring it
so-
up, but you did say
No.
I
We'll
will
bring it up right now.
massacre you.
it.
We'll bring it up right now. I am not the most social person in the world, right? And as a 20-something-year-old man, I make it a habit not to fucking play around with people I don't fucking know, especially if you're a little kid.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
So
There was
all right.
no like pretense. We didn't see them earlier on the boat. There was no words exchanged. And literally all this kid was doing was going up to other boats, pulling people in the fucking water.
Yeah,
My aunt is telling him, I don't want to be pulled in the water. I don't want to be pulled in the water. He grabs her, pulls her in the fucking water.
Oh, the slap.
So when he
that
comes
kid.
to me, I was like, yo, dude, I was like, I will help you in the boat. But if you're going to try to pull me in, I'm not dealing with that shit. And he wasn't listening. And all I said was, I bet you if I punch you in the fucking face, you'll listen. And he swam away to somebody else.
Yeah. Whose
Yeah,
kid
it's-
was this?
some
I
white
don't
kid.
know.
Yeah. So the thing is,
Did they not have a parent around?
No.
The parents were in the other boat just laughing their ass off.
So the thing is with the whitewater rafting, they give you a bucket and they encourage you to splash water on each other when the things are slow and have fun. And we were at a point where it's like everybody's resting, and we just like passed that whole shit that we
had the fun already.
I back body dropped the boat already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's like, yo, we're towards the end of this shit. We're going 10 miles on this fucking thing. Like we're tired, we're chilling, and the kid comes in, and he's initially trying to like play the shit with our cousins because he's around our cousins' age at the time. So he's like, I don't want to say flirting with them because he got no game, but he's trying to play with them. You know what I'm saying? And he does that shit, and he pulls in my aunt, and our mom was on the boat, and at this time she wasn't the healthiest, but she was able to, fucking enjoy us. And he's pulling everybody on the boat, and Cap was on some, don't touch me, don't touch her. Matter of fact, get the fuck away from the boat.
Yeah.
I guess Cap was more of get the fuck away from us because we're not in this shit. Like, we don't want you to pull us in. We know how to get in the water.
Yeah.
It's just fall. We got it, buddy. We don't need your help getting in the water. And then that's when the whole, how about I punch you in the fucking face? Because apparently English doesn't work for you.
Again, I just want to say, he wasn't listening. And when somebody doesn't listen, when somebody doesn't listen to a sane, nicely calm verbal command, they must only respond to violence then.
Yeah.
2, again,
prepare for death.
I don't care how this makes me look to the YouTube community or the rest of the world. I don't give a fuck.
Them.
If there is no fucking pretense, had we met like 30 minutes before or while we were eating lunch, if we were sitting next to the family and there was a little back and forth repartee, then that would have been a completely different thing. But when he fell in the water, I'm legit like, oh, because they tell us, if you fall in the water, go to the nearest boat. Don't try to get back into yours. Go to the nearest boat, and we'll figure out a way to transfer you. So when he fell in, my mind is already like, oh shit, I need to get him in. And then when my mind, because I'm a single target motherfucker.
Yeah.
When my mind is like, I gotta get him in because that's what they told us to do, and he's trying to pull people out. I'm like, no, you're taking motherfuckers out of my boat that now have to go somewhere else. Yeah. The fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
And you say he was a teen?
Yeah, he had to be.
So he knew what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, he wasn't a little child.
He was being a douchebag.
He was a dick. If he was a little child, Cap wouldn't have did that shit to him, but he was a dick. But also like the next rafting trip the next rafting trip we went on, we had our cousin throwing water on everybody. Like, you know me. I was chasing motherfuckers down so that we could soak them. But when they started playing with us, Cap was right there involved throwing water on them. It was like, all right, we know we're playing with y'all. So this is how we play. Cool. But when you start doing the whole shit, like we're going down the rapids and you're trying to spit at somebody, it's like, all right, hold up. I got to smack you with this oar now. There's a level here. It's like, but that little piece of shit was acting like a douche.
Moral of the story. Don't think you can just come at me out of the blue and play around.
Yeah. No.
At least introduce yourself first.
Yo, and if you ever watch this and you recognize Cap, fuck you. All right.
And that is what you call subtle.
No,
that's right.
No. Fuck subtle. If you ever recognize me, double fuck you, because I've gotten grief for the last how many fucking years from every member of my family. I should have fucking hit you.
No, like they say in Reach.
Might as well have.
Like he said in Reach, double fuck you twice.
yeah.
Oh man, and yo,
I love the fact in that show that dude is so literal, bro. Like he just says shit. It's so blatant. He was like, why would I tell him? Like it was something about him being a tactic, like having tact, and he's like, why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. You didn't make him feel better, but it's not the truth.
Yeah.
he's just just not getting it.
He said, why didn't you tell him about their son? We didn't have the time for them to grieve. I needed the answers.
Exactly. I needed the answers right now. And then all of a sudden we'll see him again. Yeah, your son is dead. My bad.
But that's the crazy shit. He wasn't. Like this nigga didn't know shit.
That was
the AC guy. He was dead.
Died.
Yeah, the truck, the guy that drives the truck, he was dead.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
all
he
right.
was dead. Dead.
Oh, I thought that
Like,
was the
he died
Bengals fans.
deep ago. That
Ah.
shit, yeah. Like when he
Okay, I
put
thought that was
the duct tape on his jacket,
yeah.
he's like, "It's a good jacket. What? I like it."
No,
I
yeah.
was like, can't blame you, bro.
Okay. That was that had to be the best fucking matching duct tape I've ever seen. Because usually you see the black duct tape and it has the white on the sides. Like you can tell this tape on it. Like they must have spray painted that duct tape on that jacket. Because that shit blended in with like a motherfucker. That was electrical duct tape or something.
Oh man, yeah.
I like the scene where the girl gets in the shower with him and he's like, who's watching the door?
Yeah. Yo, he's so like I'm telling you, he's just so oblivious to like normal human behavior. He doesn't know shit. Shit that be done. He goes, we're at a bar. Yeah, we're drinking. Yeah. This is what having a good time's about. Like, yo, he just doesn't know human behavior. It's the weirdest thing ever, man. It's hilarious, bro. Yeah. Like he walks everywhere and he has like the bare essentials, keys or whatever. And I'm like, what? That's all he has.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm kind of jealous of the way he lives right there, bro.
Yeah.
Like simple, bro. Like simple as
I mean, get
no phone.
Yeah, he gets
they
his
give him a
retirement
phone,
wires.
And then all of a sudden, like, you need to get rid of it, and he crushes it. He goes, all right. That's it.
Yeah, he gets his retirement fucking Western Union to his ass.
Yeah. Like, yeah, because he's a soldier. He was a former army.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I get Western Union money. My keys. He goes, so you got a knife? That was his whole thing. If he had a knife, he's good. His life was complete. Yo, you have a knife? No. How don't you have a knife? What is wrong with you people? I'm telling you, it's worth the watch, man.
Yeah, it's a good watch. It's on Amazon, Cabbz, so you could definitely see it.
I mean, they'll probably email you again and remind you about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You beat me by this much.
I know. Somebody was gonna say.
But it's funny.
I'm such an idiot for that, man. I can't believe it. Son, I had Amazon Prime a whole year before, and they kept sending letters, and I was like, "Leave me alone, bro." No.
Yeah, but if you want to see like old school movies, Amazon Prime is good for that. Like they got,
and
it's funny. I bought a little Showdown Little Tokyo because I really love that movie for some reason. It's weird.
No, yeah, it's a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Pan. Shit.
That's what I'm talking about, with Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're talking about Big Trouble in Little China.
I always confuse them. Always. But Brandon Lee was a little sus in that movie, but whatever.
Oh, he was mad sus in that movie.
I remember
bro.
He caught a glimpse and he's like, damn. Okay.
He's like, yo, he catches a glimpse in the underwear. He's like, you have the biggest dick I've ever seen in a man. And Dolph Lundgren, it's like, thanks. How you answer that?
Like, okay. What do you say?
You want fries with that?
That's weird. You're lucky you're Bruce Lee's kid. You swear to God you are.
I like he was when he's like, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna kill these people, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna eat sushi off naked women. That shit was funny too. Yeah, I like that movie. The movie's fun.
Oh man, fish out of water. I love it.
No matter how many times I see that in a movie, I'm always like, that's. I can't eat off of a naked. I don't care how good.
I don't want to eat anything off a naked person.
Oh no, not at all. Like it's artistic. Like it's artistically like acceptable, but I'm not eating off you.
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
I don't care how much you showered. You're sitting there for how long?
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's literally like everywhere there is a piece of sushi, there's a sweat ring under that. Like that's how that works.
Absolutely. You think about it.
You don't need soy sauce. Just rub her boob.
You get a nice T-bone steak. That should suck up the juices real good.
My man chose eating T-bone steaks off people.
Yeah.
That's
fucking sexy.
I just want to say one thing. It's gonna suck for that person.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it got to be hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be hot first of all,
and you got to use a knife
to eat.
You need a knife to eat a steak. So,
Oh
yeah.
my God!
If you want to eat it successfully, at least.
I wanted well done. They go, why would you do that to the person? That's gonna have a
With mad
steak
A1
burn
sauce.
right there.
Yeah, just like the letter T on her fucking ribs. Matt A1 sauce everywhere.
And then to be a dick, you just leave the
Oh
bone
my
on.
God!
Just leave
And
the
on that
bone
note,
Yeah. I'll have another.
Yo, that's why he walks in there and he becomes like Steve. It's like, what do you want? I take the best bit, just the best
Yeah,
bit.
it's just the best bit.
Yeah, I'll take the steak. The
The
best
best
one.
bit of steak.
Oh my
Say,
God!
That's what you got.
I'm gonna put you for a filet mignon. Well done.
Yeah. It's like he was like, "Yo, fuck it, I'm here. Just do it. I don't care. I don't even know what I'm ordering."
Yeah, I didn't get the bitch, but I'll get the steak. Fuck it.
It was funny. He was like, "Yo, wait a minute. It's Sunday." I'm like, yeah, dude. Sunday.
My man lost his
Like
whole
3
weekend. Lost the whole weekend, bro.
Yo,
But that's because he
Yeah,
was
I know
listening
how
to
that feels.
Wham back in Holland or some shit.
you know what
Motherfucker.
seemed tripping me out? Him and Khonshu doing that whole like him Khonshu moving the time back so you can see the.
Yeah, when he's
I was
bringing the
like,
stars.
oh, that's dope. And then he was fucked.
Yep,
God said,
yep.
whoa, you here?
This is my new favorite meme, by the way.
Mhm.
Can you see that?
What does it say? Can we?
It says yeah, there it goes. Hey yo, Mark, you seen this shit? Yeah, it's Khonshu. That's my favorite meme right now, son. Anytime you see some hey yo, Mark, you seen this shit? Oh man, I love this fucking show.
Oh man. Yeah, but Khonshu's a fucking he's an asshole, son.
Yeah.
Yo, the moment he said, "Oh no, the idiot's in charge," I was like, "Ah, that's not the way to start a relationship."
You will do no such thing. Yo, that voice. Who's voicing Khonshu?
Fuck Abraham.
Lincoln.
It's the guy who played Salieri and Amadeus.
Yes.
F. Murray Abraham.
If you look up the picture, you'll recognize him. Trust me.
F. Murray Abraham. That's the
He's
name.
one of those guys.
He's also in Last Action Hero, where the
Yes.
kid, where Danny tells Arnold Schwarzenegger he killed Mozart in Amadeus.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny once you see his picture, recognize him. I've always thought he should have played Ray Shao Ghul.
That guy.
13
That guy.
Ghosts. He was in 13 Ghosts.
Yep.
He was the guy.
Okay.
That guy.
That is Khonshu.
All right.
Right there.
Oh,
You look
why
at-
didn't you just fucking say he was in fucking?
That was gonna be my next one. Yeah,
I would have
You know
never
what's
thought of it.
He's
but
the rat.
still.
Yeah, the rat.
that was gonna be my
Yeah.
next one.
I don't kill no fucking kids. Bah.
No. He's the
No,
one
I
that.
know, I just like
he's
saying
the one
that
that
part.
this dude killed. He hung him off the chopper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sosa's like he's
Sosa.
a fucking rat.
When they went to
New York.
when they went to Colombia, and my
Yo,
man
by
had
the way,
this-
to this day, that movie's still really overrated because he dies at the end. Still
But you know, I'm not gonna lie. The motel scene where they chop him up with the chainsaw.
yeah,
That was like, ooh, hold on, wait a minute. I didn't know they did this shit back in the day. And they're bitching about the shit's happening now.
I have a lot of problems with Scarface.
Yeah.
I feel like the only reason Scarface is good is because of the 80s Miami setting.
Yeah.
Because when you put Scarface in New York, you get Carlito's Way.
Yep.
Which is not a fucking great movie.
Nah.
It's literally the same movie. They even have a club. It's the same movie. But like, yeah, I think the music, the vibes of Miami, the coke everywhere, you know, the soundtrack of that movie is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. But like, we could have given that to a Cuban guy. We
Like an actual Cuban.
We could
Just
have.
like
No
Carlito's
one,
it's an
no
actual
Cuban
real
didn't
Cuban
sing it.
person, no real Cuban person talks like that. No, none of them. I'm
here's
constantly
a
surrounded
question.
by Cubans.
Yeah.
Here's a
None of
question
them.
because I don't know if you
Oh,
heard
mine.
Phil Tagg's theory that Hispanics didn't exist. They only exist in the future.
Yes, that's
So in 1980, name the Cuban actor or the Spanish actor that you put in that role.
Manolo.
Cuban's
Manolo, his friend. He could have done it. He was a little tall, but just make him look short.
Yeah. Sanitarian.
Manolo.
I would say
Could've
Raul
done it.
Jr.
He's
They
from,
put him in everything.
He's from Cabbz USA. I don't know if you ever seen that show. It was basically just a Cuban American family sitcom. It's funny because even before coming here to Miami, my parents used to watch that shit. Cabbz USA is actually really funny. But yeah, like you could have just done him. Now, granted, though, you're right, though. There wasn't many, which is the whole thing about Apu from The Simpsons. You know, the white dude voices him. Mm-hmm. He's in tons of movies. He's a comedian. Yeah. And people were mad at that. And some people are like, yo, but, you know, unfortunately, not to sound mean, but there weren't too many Indian guys acting back then, let alone just doing voice work for cartoons. So it's like, it's a little difficult to find that. And it's like, a lot of people are like, yo, you shouldn't have canceled Apu for that. Apu's the most compelling character on the show.
Yep.
Like, he is the American dream.
And I love how they canceled him after 50 years of this shit.
Yeah, like he is the I forget the Indian cat that's always with Andrew Schultz. I forget his name. Not Aziz. Not him. It's the other one.
Yeah, that's right. I forget his name too.
He has this bit about how, like, you know, y'all canceled Apu out of racism, not because you didn't like it or whatever. Yes, a white guy was doing his voice. He did 15 voices on that show. He's doing voices for everybody. And back in the day, there weren't much Indian guys acting, let alone just doing voice work. But it's like Apu is like the American. He was the best out of all of everybody in The Simpsons. My man was an immigrant. Yeah. He came down here. He opened up a business. He was a family man. Like he
gave advice.
He was the best person. Like Homer would walk into that to the Quickie Mart and just get mad life lessons from Apu. Mm-hmm. I think you guys were upset that he was the most compelling character on the show.
Yeah,
because I think we've said it here before. The people always calling out the diversity pick is motherfuckers who ain't diverse. You know, it's always like I'm pretty sure a bunch of Indians watch that fucking that show, and it's like, yeah, that's what we try to do. That's all of our dreams, to come to America and fucking make it like any other immigrant. You know what I'm saying? The point is to come to America and make it. And Apu did that. Yep. And that's who you want to cancel from the show? Ridiculous. So I get the argument for Scarface, but that movie had a whole bunch of Cuban Spanish guys in that you could have used. But there were no names. They needed big names. Yep. Michelle Pfeiffer alone couldn't carry that movie. You know what I mean? They needed the big names. I get it. But what I don't understand is in Narcos, though.
Yes.
Pablo Escobar being Brazilian. Why? That's why I stopped watching that show. And I heard it. I was like, yo, I hear the Brazilian accent. What's going on there? My brothers were like, no, you're crazy. I literally Googled it. I'm like, look, guys, Portuguese. You know what I mean? And I don't have a problem. I say here all the time that I'm good with the swapping. But it's like, brother,
not when it's an actual person.
This is Pablo Escobar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get a Colombian guy. There's tons of Colombian dudes in that show that could have done it. But I digress.
No, I can completely agree. Because then you have a Harriet Tubman thing going on with Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Got that situation going on. You know what I'm saying?
At least they kept it Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get that.
They didn't make Pablo Escobar white. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, you can't put it past anybody for that.
Yeah, how dare anybody be white? No.
Well, you know, you guys got Pablo Escobar. They got enough biographies. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody catching George Washington's the black guy. So let's make that happen.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that and freak out America.
We're going to get Morgan Freeman in there, baby. Let's do this.
Morgan Freeman, Kristen.
Morgan Freeman, George Washington is the only person that can get away with it.
Yep. Yeah, probably.
Probably. Yeah. I'd go with that. I'd be like, yo, let's do it.
Oh. He's too busy hunting vampires, though, Abraham Lincoln.
What?
You don't remember the Abraham Lincoln vampire hunter shit?
Oh, my God, that's right.
Yo, I actually heard that wasn't a bad movie.
It was just stupid.
Abraham Helsing.
Was that like a thing somebody did as a joke? I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from.
It's a book.
It's a book.
It's a book. Somebody
Okay.
they did a whole like series of like fictionalized history where they were going after monster hunters and shit like that.
Oh, so it's like
shit,
fanfic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All right.
I
Because
kind of want to
when I
see that.
first saw
I
that
kind of
movie,
want
like-
to see that now.
When I first saw that movie, I was like, and I know it's funny. I know Anthony Mackie's in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's the whole thing. They did the Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, and it's just a fantasy world.
That's so funny.
Oh, he,
I would
Yo,
love
which
to.
by the
I
way, I
remember
saw-
specifically the poster. Like you don't see his face, and it's like an axe next to him, and he's sitting in a chair. I was like, "What the fuck is this? What is this?"
By the way, I saw New Mutants today.
Oh.
Finally,
Oh, what did you think?
I kind of liked it. I didn't think it was bad. Although I don't know if what I saw was like the version that was originally supposed to be out or the one that was in the theaters.
It's so many. It's so many, brother.
Because the one I saw actually had like the horror elements, and it was like a oh shit, this is it's what I thought it was gonna be. This bitch is coming in here messing with them mentally.
Yeah. It's funny because there's a lot of comic book characters, especially on the DC side. To me, they have good horror elements, but they're simple because they're humans. You know what I mean? Like simple horror elements, like a crazy motherfucker that just likes to kill people. It's easy. It's easy. You know what I mean? And then Marvel has the more supernatural thing.
Victor Zsasz is
Victor Zsasz is my literal
he's
main
horror
one.
as fuck.
Yeah. The dude murks you and then scars himself to make sure you know, like this is what the level I'm at. You know what I mean?
Killmonger.
Yep. Well, that was weird. That was weird. I was like, it's funny because like once again, you read the comic book character and go, and no, I don't. That's not here. Who came up with that? And he's from Wakanda, like he lives there. I'm like, all right, but if you want Drake in the movie, have Drake. Until Cabbz said it, I never connected the two. This is exactly like them. I was like, yo, I didn't like the character at all. But
They're
like,
best. I didn't even know, but they're best friends.
yo,
They
when
be
I
in basketball games together, and I'm like, yo, it makes sense now. Yo, when I made that rant, that shit was literally right after Black Panther. Well, what happened was a lot of people were saying that Killmonger was a better villain than Thanos. I said, cut it out. Whether you liked him or not, I didn't like him, but looking at it objectively, you can't say Killmonger was better than Thanos. There's not a lot of villains in the MCU that you can say were better than Thanos. Maybe 2 or 3.
Sylvie.
Maybe. I was gonna say Loki. I was gonna say Loki.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Loki. That's funny.
Yeah,
but like, yeah. So then I made that rant about how he's like super Drake-ish. And then this was like 2 years ago. Right before the pandemic, I see them like in basketball games and they're friends. I'm like, I knew it. They're best friends. I can tell. He took his whole flow, word for word, bar for bar.
It's
The
funny,
whole
after
Drake
you
shit.
said it, man, I looked at it and I was like, he's dressed exactly like Drake.
When I think of Drake,
I was like, oh my God, there it is. It's right there. It was in front of me. No wonder I didn't like the character.
when I think of Drake, I think of him in the wheelchair from Degrassi.
Yo, it's funny.
That's Drake to me.
I found out about that.
A lot of
after
people
the-
found out about it.
Yeah, and I'm
after.
like,
a lot.
what's Degrassi? And a
I've
girl
never
I know-
seen that show. I
My
never seen
cou-
that show.
My
don't
cousins
have
watched
female
it, so
cousins,
I saw.
huh?
Yeah, my cousins watched it, and I saw an episode. I saw the
I've
episode we
never
got
seen that
shot,
show.
and I was like, you know what? It seems right.
Yeah,
Oh
funny.
man,
You know, friend of mine
what time
told me,
is
she's
it?
like,
oh
yeah, it's
boy,
like a
it's 12
teen
fucking
thing. I was
30.
like, okay. Drake, yeah.
We gave you an extra 25 minutes today.
That's right. That's right.
We're trying to beat the Batman in runtime.
Shit.
We got another half hour to go.
Except all of our content makes sense.
Yeah. We gotta go do the.
Hold on.
You're giving us a little too much props.
Wait,
Like
No,
fucking
no.
breathing for no fucking
hold
reason.
on. Say that last part again.
I said
All
all
right.
the stuff we're doing now, way better content, and it makes more sense than the movie.
No.
Oh my god.
Yo, by the way, that was really that was really fucking weird at the end. I was like,
It's funny when we were all talking about what we all thought, the first thing I said was the screaming, and everyone just pointed at Cap. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't get the screaming.
Yo, we were literally walking to the car. Cap looks at both of us and goes, "Yo, what the fuck was that?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what." He just lost it for a minute. He was so composed. I was like, what?
Some people
Really
liked
weird.
it though. A lot of people liked it. But
There's a difference between the way he did it and the way he should have did it.
yeah,
Because I could see him sitting at the screen like, no, you were supposed to be on my side.
yeah.
Yep.
That would have been fucking acceptable.
It's like his acting shuts off when he screams.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, because he is a great actor, but the screaming is not convincing.
You know, he's the same guy from the movie with Hugh Jackman where he kidnapped Hugh Jackman, prisoners. Yeah. And
I like that movie.
kind of did the same shit. He just spoke English in Batman. He kind of did the same shit because he seemed a little spectrum like Cap said.
But it's funny because Cap did make a point. He was like, "Yo, is he like supposed to be autistic at the end of that?" And I was like, "I can see it." Not trying to be offensive to anybody, but I like the end of it seemed weird for how composed he was the whole time. You know what I mean? Even in the coffee shop, he was mad chill.
He was screaming in some of the videos, which was even weirder when he has the black bag over his face.
Yeah.
It was even weirder there.
Dominatrix bag with his regular glasses over it.
Yeah, that was weird too.
And it's funny. It's funny seeing him doing a YouTube video. He's like, "Hey guys, Riddler here." Like, like what the fuck?
You're like, "Yo, what was that
weird.
dude that was killing the dude with the hammer? What was that guy?"
Yeah.
I didn't see that guy in this video.
And I want to talk shit about Trevor Slattery. At least his acting was convincing when he was
superb.
The fortune cookie is an American invention.
Honestly, that was one of the most realest things he said, though. That was one of the realest things he said. Like, "Yo, bro, fortune cookies aren't Asian. Like, that's some American shit." I don't know the reality to that, but I thought it was funny.
No,
he got his shit. He got his shine, though. He got his shine. We fixed it. Shang-Chi, we fixed it.
Word. That's right.
Barely. I don't think you fixed it. You put tape over it.
No, dude, I that's one of my favorite parts is that Trevor showed up and was fucking.
I think it was really funny that like they put him in and it's like, "Okay, guys, we acknowledge the mistake. Here's your Mandarin, and this is just a stupid, silly actor." And yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you, the Mandarin dude was legit. He was
Mandarin was a good villain.
He said, "I don't take shit from nobody." Son.
Believable villain.
Absolutely,
villain.
yeah.
My man was really good. Really good. Shang-Chi.
Shout
out. What is Shang? Yo, can I tell you something about Simu Liu?
Mm-hmm.
I follow him on Instagram. Simu Liu's kind of like corny.
Oh yeah,
he a little like on his gram.
Oh, he's very
like dancing. He be trying to like do voices. It's like,
Yeah, you got your success, man. You're good. You got your success.
Yeah.
Hey, branch out. Don't just be Shang-Chi. But when
absolutely.
you try to be goofy and funny, it's really weird. Like, let Aquafina. She's funny.
Yeah.
He's not that funny.
No, you're wrong.
Everybody right now that's still listening, or anybody who's gonna watch this back, go on Netflix right now. Mr. Kim's Convenience.
Yo, I've been skimming over it.
No, don't skim over it. And watch it.
Who he's in?
To watch.
Yeah, that's what he did right before.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I see it every time.
Amazing show.
Yeah, because his Shang-Chi awkwardness, I'm with. I get it. It's like
it worked perfect.
He's like, "Yo, dude, I can do all this shit, but it's still weird to be able to do it."
I still like Simu. I still like. I'm not hating Simu. I still like Simu a lot. I still follow. I like. I'm just saying, sometimes you're a little bit.
I got to give him props the fact that he did all that training and got as good as he got. You know what I'm saying? He did the Tom Holland. It was like, "Oh, I can do some stuff." Like you guys heard how Tom Holland went to his audition, went in, did like a tuck roll and a flip.
Yeah, so started
Like,
flipping.
oh, he can do it. Oh, cool. We're like, that's gonna get you.
Yeah, he has like a crazy gymnastic ballet background.
Yeah.
They used to make fun of him for that. Now he's Spider-Man. There you go.
Billy Idol or something like that. Billy something. Billy Idol, what's it called?
No, not Billy Idol, but Billy Elliot.
Yeah.
Billy Elliot, motherfucker. How many people really know Billy Elliot like that are us?
I knew it. I knew he was
all of us. I said Billy Idol on some just reflex, but I knew it was something like that. Like he did the play in the movie, right? He did the play in the movie, right?
You got that face, Toe. What you looking at over there?
No, I'm looking at y'all.
Oh.
He's trying to stay awake.
Yeah, you're telling me that y'all doing the names, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying. Like I told you, names escape me. So when you said Tom Holland, instantly I went to Tom Hardy, and I was like, you talking about Warrior? And then you said Tuck Rolls. I was like, when the fuck did he roll in Warrior? And then there's like, oh, you talking about Spider-Man? Okay, that makes more sense. And what does Billy Idol have to do with?
It is 12:30 though.
Yeah.
It is 12:30. I'm about to call it a night.
Yeah. So
we gave you an extra 30 minutes today.
Yep. And in summary, that kid, if you recognize Cap, fuck you. Double fuck you twice. And on that note, everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.